Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fools and Corpses Bluesky Backwater. If you remember in our last episode, hooray! If you remember in our last episode, the party finally got off of Galant 3,
Woo!
and now they're on their way to a place called Tuple Station. But before we get there, we've got some achievements to award. And then if anybody has enough achievements, we maybe have some leveling to do. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So all of us, well, all of you, neither I nor Jax got any achievements for this.
Get wrecked.
You all got an achievement called Slip the Noose, and that's 2 ranks or 2 achievement points for just getting off the planet before any of the several people who were looking to hurt you got you. So yeah. Slip that noose. All right.
To argue that a little, they did hurt us.
At least you're not dead.
Yeah, we slipped the noose because it's slippery with our blood.
Yeah. I mean, now next time you're in a noose, you can like lean over to a guy and be like, first time. Yeah. Anyway,
like going for this analogy.
Yeah.
Committing. Yeah.
So next one is for Samson. It says, "Let me take your hand." It's for shooting that guy's hand off.
Take my hand.
Let me take your hand. Second one is "Better to have loved than lost." And that's for your time spent on that railgun. Yeah. So, Jimmy, you get one called "Every Machine is a Smoke Machine" for rigging the duster to blow, and then all the work you did, like getting the trackers off of them and all that good stuff. And then you also get a...
Is that 1?
That's 1, yeah.
Sweet.
The ones I'm listing out for you guys are all 1
okay.
right now. And then you also get one called "Beep, Beep, Beep" for getting the doors open on getting the shipping yard back up and running.
I'm going to shorten it to beep times 3.
Sure, go for it.
1 point for
Cornelius.
each beep?
Yes, 1 point for each beep. Cornelius gets leverage superior strategic positioning during unexpected organizational restructuring. And that is for his standing on top of the railgun and demanding that everybody lay down their arms, thus turning the entire tide of the battle.
Sorry, can you just run that by me slowly one more time?
Leveraged, superior strategic positioning.
Superior.
Slower.
Positioning.
LSSPDUOR.
Okay, leverage superior strategic positioning.
During unexpected organizational restructuring.
Okay.
Promote synergy.
Yeah, that should definitely be one of your abilities. Just called promote
I
synergy.
just a semantic level, mid-level manager into promote synergy.
Yeah.
What is the picture? You know those motivational posters?
Yeah.
The synergy? What would be the animal?
It's him hanging off of a branch, going, "Hang in there."
Hang in there.
Or no, in a papoose, of course.
Man, I feel like he's like this, and it just says "hang in there," and that
like,
definitely needs to be a
It's
t-shirt.
the rope that's always hanging behind a train that you're getting off.
Hang in there, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like promote synergy would be an ability where, so long as you are telling several people who are not you
to do things
to work together, you get to add those ranks to their check.
All right.
And then the other one you get is deployed needful pharmaceuticals to overcome procedural obstacles. And this is where you juiced everybody and then also absolutely wrecked 2 guys using paralysis.
Juice.
Juice.
Every time.
Overcome procedural obstacles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for Jenny, we have Wall of Fire and Iron.
Hell yeah.
Where that's where you were holding the line next to this burning duster, and it was just the kind of thing you would put on a movie poster. And then the next one is Maternal Instinct, for all of your efforts carrying around your boss.
All for a paycheck.
I mean, I feel like you're gonna get one called Glass Papoose, like glass ceiling. Like you're carrying your boss around, like
Underpaid babysitter.
yeah. No, it's like
Wow, yeah.
yeah,
Unpaid babysitter.
Unpaid babysitter.
unpaid
Yeah.
babysitter.
Thanks,
I will
Mike.
remind you all, we didn't do the job.
So you're not getting paid.
We do have...
Just
We have some pods.
You will get paid. Just
Wait.
get off my back.
Get off my back.
Get off my
I'm on
front.
the front.
You're saying this to her as you're on the train and you're just hanging there. And for some reason, it's 2 days in and you still haven't gotten down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
I
assuming
feel
like,
safe.
If you start taking negative ranks, it should be atrophied legs.
yeah, just a skip leg day.
We need to make him slower. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, he's not as...
To necessitate the boost as often as possible.
So, okay. So if I count correctly, all of you have 8 achievement points now. So you need to spend 6 of those on anything you would like. Any trait, skill, or ability. Gain new ranks, gain new attributes if you'd like. If you go in excess of 5 ranks in any one thing, you need to take a negative rank in that same category for another thing. One example is that if you take a trait strong up to 6, then you would need to take an additional negative rank in another trait that is kind of equal and opposite. So, like, dumb, right? You get 1 negative rank in dumb, right? Meaning that usually it's bad.
You've given up being smart in order to pump more iron.
Yeah. That you're just like, well, I don't have time to do other things beyond hit the gym. So...
Does that 5 work for each category, or is it different cap numbers in each, like, trait, skill, ability?
It's the same for all of them.
Same 5, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to be pumping my points into all my fist and shield related abilities.
I mean, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Just go ham there.
my question is, I started the game, like
Yeah.
pre-level up, with like 6 ranks in one, and 5 ranks in the other, and then 4 ranks in the third one. So I'm going from 6 to 8,
Yeah.
5 to 7, and 4 to 6.
Okay.
So how many negative ranks?
So for the ones that were already there, we'll just call that kind of a misplay.
Okay.
And just every additional rank you put in, you get a negative rank.
Okay.
And then for the one that's at 4, once you get it up to 6, that will be 1 negative
That's
rank.
1
So
negative
it's-
rank.
So
Okay.
5 total.
So minus 5 total.
Yeah.
So I have a minus 5 in peaceful negotiations.
Hey, there you go.
Great.
Yeah.
So for mechanic, what would be something?
You're molding yourself.
Yeah. It's up to you. It depends on what you would want to do, but like a skill would then be, let's say, like anything having to do with having a gentle touch. Maybe like
Mechanics can have a gentle touch.
I
okay,
feel like
well if you
mechanics
don't.
need a gentle touch
Okay.
sometimes.
I mean, yeah, breaking in is not
Yeah.
always like a smash. It's like a
Fair.
finessing
I do both.
thing.
Yeah.
Depending on how tweaked out I
Then
am.
then you need to decide.
Yeah, exactly. That's my favorite
We've
line.
all done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So depending on yeah, just choose something else that would. If it's not like a gentle touch, then maybe it has to do with like.
I've already taken -2 to tweaker. know,
Then
it
you
doesn't
could
count.
say that like what you're doing, the way that you're getting to be a better mechanic is by.
Juicing?
Yeah, doing more drugs to enable you to like work longer hours, and so you take more negative ranks in tweaker.
Boy.
Space math!
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of interested in having played the character for a while, seeing
Yeah.
what our scenario is like, rounding out some weaknesses
Sure.
more than pumping my strengths
That's
a little
fine,
bit right
yeah.
now. And so what I'd like to do, I don't necessarily have a great canonical, like if here's my skill and I'm good
Yeah.
at dodging or shooting, and I'm like, I got better at that from practice.
Yeah.
I'm interested in adding like some passive defense,
Okay.
and the canonical way that I could easily see getting that done, especially in something more cyberpunky, would be like adding like a subdermal weave.
Yeah.
Here, I can totally see the idea of having our genius friend and our mechanic friend create a ballistic weave like into my coat or something, but that's kind of an item,
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't know how to
item.
apply
Yeah.
that into here, but that's what I want to
So
do
we would deal
the
with
character.
that. We'd deal with that later. So if you want to do this in leveling,
Yeah.
you would have to do it probably through traits, like just become tough as nails or something like that.
Calloused, maybe?
Calloused maybe
Reflecting.
is
Does
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
have an example of doing that not in a trait? I feel like we've done this in dodgy things.
It would kind of
that are
have
not
to
in
become
trait.
an active defense rather
That's
than
the
passive
problem I'm
defense,
stuck on.
because
Yeah.
skills and abilities really tend not.
I would say
That's what I'm
that
stuck on, yeah.
skills, you could take a skill, like I could see Jenny taking a skill called Bulwark, which could be argued to apply passively.
That
That she just is a blockage.
That is,
she just gets in the way.
Blockage.
It's on my resume.
you're a
Yeah,
blockage.
blockage.
I'm a blockage.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever called me.
Yeah.
Heart failure.
You could.
Could we justify it as he's been seeing Jenny?
Do those
You
things.
know,
Yeah.
she's got certain techniques
Yeah.
for when she's defending, and he's adopting some of
Yeah.
them for himself, like defensive training or something.
Yeah, you could do that. Defensive training. You could also say, I could see your character especially taking something called Rough Rider, like someone who's a cowboy and he's just been around a long time.
Yeah.
And, he just takes a lot of he gets in a lot of fist fights and stuff like that, and so
Sure.
he can take hits. So Rough Rider would be a skill in my opinion.
It'd be a skill, yeah.
Yeah, True Grit would be a trait, but I could also see that.
Oh, true, yeah.
And that's got the vibe.
Yeah, it's got big vibes.
Rider, True
you
Grit,
get double points for vibes.
Passes the vibe check. Yeah. I was thinking about trying to solve that whole gap a little bit and then putting maybe a little bit more into the smooth talking. But, yeah, it just, the canonical way I like it going, because I'm not trying to, steroid him up into a Jenny, is it just makes more sense to improve the item.
Jenny doesn't do steroids.
Yeah, Jenny's all natural. Thank you very much.
Except for all that juice.
Except for the juice.
All natural. Okay.
The juice came after the muscles. It's an
Yeah.
important distinction.
That's what everyone's saying these days.
So
It just makes more sense as an item. I don't know
Also
what to do.
remember that you have a big payday coming. So maybe you just buy an item later, right? Don't try to cram this all into leveling. It's not the only thing that's happening.
I'm used to people being so stingy. If you want anything, you do it in leveling.
It's like, no, you're gonna.
You get nothing.
You will have nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
You can buy a level 1 sword for all that money.
Yeah, exactly. I could get rid of these rangefinder binoculars no one ever needs.
And you've used them multiple times.
If we go to a store,
Did I?
I am going to buy a
use this.
headlamp.
Oh sure, yeah, you gotta get your flashlight.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta get man, I forgot
Hairspray.
this.
No,
Yeah.
get it mounted into your arm.
Yeah.
Like Jenny's knuckles.
So I was thinking that I technically should have a flashlight in there, but that wouldn't have been the headlamp that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's true.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I get that.
Yeah.
What if I
I-
take sensitive as a negative?
That'd be insensitive. Wait, do you mean he is
Yeah.
too sensitive and thereby takes emotional damage, or he is not
He is
sensitive
not being
enough?
sensitive.
So that unsensitive would be
Insensitive.
insensitive.
Okay.
Unsensitive
Well, I was
isn't the
thinking-
word. Did you guys know
well,
that?
It is not a word.
Wow.
I did know that.
What I was thinking is if I put sensitive and then took a negative 1.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think that's more clear
Yeah,
than having
it's-
a positive rank and I like that better.
What I typically do is just have the word be negative and the number be negative, and I understand that is weird, on the face
It is
of it,
weird.
as far as the system goes. But the point is
I
that
got
the word tells you where to apply it, and the number tells you what to apply.
Since
Right.
I have tweaker as
So-
negative 2, I guess
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes,
If I was
so-
a positive 2 tweaker, it's is that a negative number? You know,
Yeah, it's like,
I
what's
hear
going
you.
on?
I see.
So you are applied in places where being insensitive matters, and what you apply is negative however many ranks.
Yeah.
That's how it works in my head.
Okay.
How about you, Corn?
Yeah, what are you doing?
All
Connie?
right. Something that I think we have a lack of in this group, and
Dearth.
that I wish I had is
A dearth of
stealth.
stealth. Hey, I could see Connie taking some of what he did. what he didn't,
so
and
I was
Good
just probably
idea.
gonna fold in last stop on the Marshall Express and slip the news.
yeah,
Because of how I acted on the train.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Like creeping around and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to my thought was Sneaky Weasel
yeah.
as a skill.
I feel like I'm on the fence about that name though, because if someone was to call him a weasel, he would take exception to that, wouldn't he?
Not if he was being really good at
At least
sneaking.
weasels are in the family.
Oh, okay,
you
that's
know?
fair, yeah.
It's not the insults that you object to. It's the scientific inaccuracy.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, oh well, this actually doesn't fit the.
It's like I can say
Morphology-based
that, you
taxonomy.
can't say
Yeah,
that.
if you
Yeah.
call me a rodent, you're
That's
you're
his
just
word.
wrong.
Yeah.
and
And that's the most offensive thing
But
possible.
weasels are arctoids and badgers are
Archaeops. Ops. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, it is.
trait version.
Okay. And then I have two left.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, deployed needful pharmaceuticals to overcome procedural obstacles. I might just put that into pinpoint precision. And
Yes. Yeah,
along
yeah,
with
makes
one
sense.
other thing.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't remember which one you were saying because the
Uh,
name's so dang long. Why would I name it
Yeah.
that?
Why would anybody do that?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I feel like I really shot myself in the foot.
Actually, maybe I'll put... That's more fun. I'll put 2 more into Right in the Vitals.
Yeah.
From quantified evolving factors in a fast-paced work environment.
Sure, yeah,
and,
yeah.
Deployed needful pharmaceuticals to overcome procedural
Yeah,
obstacles.
yeah.
Okay. So that's gone, and that's gone, and that's gone, and that's gone, and then I get up to 6 in Right in the Vitals, and I have to take a negative, and I will think about that.
Yeah. Take a negative in like a roundhouse punch or a tackle or a.
I mean,
Or-
it would be thematically appropriate if it
A
was
sprint.
in like climbing,
Yeah.
but I need to be able to do that, so
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at the names of the achievements that you gave me, like Beyond the Barricade, Wall of Fire and Iron, I feel like if this were like a long-running campaign,
Yeah.
you would quickly run out of ways
To talk
to
about
give me achievements to
a
say,
wall.
Jenny, stand there, have shields,
Yeah.
take punches.
Yeah.
Do not
Continue to stand there.
Do not doubt his
Yeah.
ability to come up with
I mean,
funny little
yeah.
nomenclature for things.
Also, I think at some point
Limitless.
Jenny would stop getting achievements for just standing there, right?
Well-
Depending on unless the thing that's trying to hit her is bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't get an achievement for doing exactly the same thing again.
Yeah, because you have achieved this already. You already did
I feel
it.
like I can see myself working with you as like that would kind of make sense for this character to do like a stealthy thing, like slum rat background, like
Yeah.
oh we're gonna sneak in there.
I'm learning from my
until
friends. Yeah.
it's time to go guns blazing.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe I should take.
Like we could be on Overwatch and these.
Yeah,
two
like maybe I should take a
Yeah.
new ability that's like doing a stealth thing, and we could team up and do that or something. That might be a cool thing, you know.
And as to what you said,
Yeah.
it definitely makes sense that you would spend a lot of time and effort to get really good at something really useful, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
just stop doing it.
Yeah. It's like, well, no, it's not that you stop doing it. It's that you stop achieving in it, right? You don't get better.
You're-
like
you're
you
plateauing.
plateau, right? Like you're.
Jenny never plateaus.
Oh, okay, well, maybe she starts taking ranks in that then.
Or
I never plateau.
also, the other way would be just finding another thing, another adjective, right, that you could add on.
Oh,
to
sure,
that
yeah.
That's not exactly
Yeah.
the same thing.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Like
Like
I
immovable
like
object
I added
trait.
fix
Yeah.
as an ability
Hey, yeah,
because I
yeah.
have break in sabotage. I'm like, well, every time I was trying to fix something, I was only using mechanics.
Hey, that's a good idea.
So, like,
Yeah,
I
just
put a
start
1 in
taking like,
fix.
I
So
feel
now
like,
instead of always taking insensitive,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, or I could add other things.
Mhm.
That's
do
a really
this.
good point.
It's
I
like
like
it's
that
more
too.
just saying you're changing exactly what the adjective is that you're going to add in, and you're
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
from the
And
ground.
I think leveling up together is really, really fun because I love getting feedback on from the party based on the sessions. Like one of the most fun ways I had a character in another campaign change direction a bit was we were all sitting, and I think Elliot, it was you recommended like, hey, ask your party members if they feel like your sheet represents you well, or if there's something that would be helpful if you could do better or whatever. And our friend Chris had said, I feel like it would make more sense if your character had this type of thing. Like, I
Yeah,
think this is
yeah.
his personality,
Yeah.
and it's not on your sheet. Like, you should be more intimidating based on all these things. Like, you should take a skill in that or
Yeah.
whatever. And it made the character feel better. So I love going, hey guys, what do you think would be helpful, or what do you think would be good? And like for what you're talking about right there, we found out that it was not just flavor. Like, it was very, very useful to have like your fixing and like jury rigging weird stuff with the bike and all. Like taking more
Yeah.
mechanic things and not just like more shotgun things is
Yeah, I split it
really
evenly. I was
helpful.
like combat
Yeah.
and that.
yeah. What do you guys think on me? Should I lean into guns and stealth? Should I take more charisma talky stuff?
if there's
Should
one thing
I-
we're missing on the party, it's talking. Like I feel like
Yeah.
everybody is having a hard time persuading.
I'm only a little bit okay at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a +5 to
Yeah,
talking
hey.
rolls, and if it's a slum rat thing, I'm at a +7, depending on who we're talking to. That's not horrible, but
You could gain a new skill that you also get to add to charisma rolls.
take it as an ability instead
Yeah.
of a, oh wait a minute,
Yeah, take persuade or something like that.
does talk smooth even make sense? Should that be an ability? I don't know.
Oh no, I mean
Does that make sense to you?
So,
Is that right to you?
it's borderline, and basically I have been just remembering like, oh, talk smooth is a skill. So if I'm on the fence about whether it applies, it's probably yes.
Yeah,
because it's broader.
You can
right?
apply that
Like-
to like any time you're ever talking to anyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
So
sounds
talk-
pretty broad.
Well, I could put like persuade then as like a
Yeah,
more
or-
specific.
or
you know.
yeah.
Talk smooth and then talk sweet.
Yeah, talk smooth as an ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if talk smooth was an ability, I would say like, oh, this is about persuading people. specifically like maybe even lying, right?
Yeah.
But since it's a skill, I would say like, oh, if he wants to barter, Talk Smooth goes to that. If he wants
Right.
to just like appear pretty suave, Talk Smooth goes to that. Right.
Right.
Like, it's, like,
Whereas this
very,
would be more like deceive, barter,
Yeah,
persuade.
yeah.
Like
Barter
make it
would be
specific.
good, actually.
Yeah.
That would be
Barter,
amazing.
yeah.
We are
Put
about
all
to
5
maybe fence
points
a
in
bunch of
barter.
eggs.
We're trying to sell these eggs.
We got
man.
some eggs.
You could
Yeah.
also maybe do something like, I don't know, hype man or something, so
Yeah.
that you could give bonuses to other people. who
Yeah,
are
like
trying to
a
persuade.
bard style ability.
So
That's
you're
really
just
cool.
like,
Get wrecked, kid. You did it.
Time to get Shrek'd.
Okay.
Is that actually stated in the movie? Is that?
It is
okay.
I hope so,
absolutely
but
not.
I'm sure it isn't. But
No,
I
it is
really
not.
wish it was.
Yes, I do.
There is a
like,
meme somewhere that has
It's
that.
like it's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Also, yeah, I'm with you.
How many more
Things we're not allowed to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, references are we making?
This is going on YouTube.
yeah.
It's
It's fine.
So what you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do? Decision
I-
time.
So
I-
I'm gonna raise some of my shooting, and then I've got 3 left
Yeah.
that I could either throw down with like a persuade skill or a stealth skill, and I could go with you on stealth, or I could make persuading or bartering a little bit better.
I
That's
feel like-
that's what I'm thinking right now.
The balanced thing to do would be to put it into talking stuff.
Probably, I would say that like part of his stealth ability is coming from his stature,
Yeah.
and so like having a full-grown man next to him kind of nerfs him on that.
Depends on the situation.
I feel like wording it right, it could also be a bit of a combat dodge, like a roguish, like slip
Yeah.
away behind cover into the shadows. Kind of
Slippery.
thing.
Slippery's a really good one.
Yeah.
Several people I know have taken Slippery,
That's
and it's
definitely
really good.
that's definitely a trait.
It's a
and
trait,
not
but
an
it's like
ability.
it's
Wriggly.
it not only makes you like hard to track with your eyes. Like if someone grabs you, you're like, ah ha ha, though. And I am
I am
usually
slippery.
slick.
Yeah.
like,
Can you slip out of the way of bullets too?
Okay.
I could argue it, but I probably wouldn't let you. All right.
I guess one question.
Yeah.
What are you adding to stealth right now?
Oh.
If you did a stealthy thing.
Yeah.
Anything?
Like
I mean,
without
Like
any
without
upgrades,
adding
yeah.
achievement points, yeah.
Oh, like am I not min-maxed enough for that to work?
I'm just wondering if you have anything in stealth at all.
Yeah.
because
What
if you-
existing attributes do you have that
You
could be
know,
added?
I tend to think of it as decent because in my mind it's like it's a Dexy character, so he's got that, but none of it is really described that way. It's
You've
just
got
like
something
fast and shooting, but it's
Quick-
not.
I-
He's
I-
quick, but
Is
he's
quick
not.
as a prairie dog is a trait?
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah, I would say that
Yeah.
that goes to some stealth.
Okay.
stuff,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah.
prairie dog thing is
Yeah,
too
it's
high.
like it's like ducking.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's quick as a prairie dog, not quick like a
Yeah.
prairie dog.
But you know,
It's actually
it's a trait,
it's
so
quick,
it's
I
light.
don't think that'll hold up in court.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you forget that I am the judge, so
I think it might. Yeah. He's easy to persuade, y'all.
because
Persuade-
if you have something to add to stealth already,
Yeah.
putting some more on top of that would be good to make you viable to
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
to walk
Yeah.
alongside me into these dark places. So that might be worth doing because you're already pretty good at persuading.
walk alongside me into these dark places. Emo
Kind of.
name,
So
emo song
Yeah.
name.
So if you weren't going to put your remaining 3 points into something talky, you could gain an extra rank in Quick as a Prairie Dog,
Or
which is a
I
trait.
could,
So
just-
I could put it down as
Yeah.
like a vanish and try to convince for certain situations of using it as an in-combat dodge behind cover. And
Oh, that'd
you
be
know,
dope.
You know what I
Just
mean?
a
Like,
vanish
cloak and
ability.
dagger.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
like a dive into shadows. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
you know, if you're doing like
Thump.
ranged
Yeah.
fighting back and forth
Yeah.
with guns, and be like, oh, just where'd he go?
Yeah.
You
call
know?
it like Now You See Me.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really tempting.
And the more
Um,
colloquial it is, the easier it'll be to get Elliot to.
Yeah, that's how that works.
All the time.
She knows how to.
Vibes though.
The cool points.
We're all learning here.
They're not.
So now
not
you
worth
see
nothing.
me. I like because it does have that note of quickness, right? That like it's not just like
That's how I'm
yeah.
being.
It's like yes, you could say it's just seeking, but also it's like oh no, like you are looking right at me,
And now
and
I'm
now
going.
you're not.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Like Jax.
Or
Yeah,
just,
you know, Jack's guy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where you learned it.
Or
Yeah.
just
Like
like
watching Jax be a
gross.
Jax off.
Oh God. Oh God. Please don't ever say that again.
Elliot.
I'm thinking like you time your stealthy movements to the guy blinking.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
thing.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like
To the
it's like,
saccades in his
go.
eye.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like looks down to like rack
Yeah,
another one.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
split
Shit
second
up,
timing.
nice. He's gone. Yeah.
in stealth operations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Batman.
So, okay,
That or
Batman.
persuading or bartering. Those are the options. I'm writing stuff down.
I would say
We'll
that
see.
some of the cooler applications you're doing, you'd have to take Now You See Me as a skill, If you took it as an ability, then it is like vanish essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know what these cooler applications.
The cooler applications are
Non-combat related.
Yeah, more like broader applications of stealth. Like,
Yeah.
like just sneaking around without making any noise.
no, it was like
You wouldn't apply.
you said
now
something
you
else.
see
I
me.
forgot it just now. Like where you
Timing your movements.
it was something else. Maybe I'm just confused.
We should
I don't
just
remember.
rewind it.
I'm sure the viewers at home know what I'm forgetting.
Tell us in
And
chat
that-
what Jake said.
And that is enraging. But there's nothing to be done. We're just gonna move on.
Okay.
Alex,
I
you
feel
should
like
get smoke bombs at the next place.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Like you could melt, but we all start learning to craft things for each other. A little happy pirate
Ooh,
family.
Yeah, I could try and make
Little
those.
pirate
Dude, yeah.
If we're at like a bazaar or something.
Okay,
where we
I
get,
think the charisma skills might be more helpful, but I'm more excited about this. So that's.
Oh
kind of
yeah, you gotta
Alright,
go.
yeah.
You gotta follow your heart.
Yeah, follow
Yeah.
your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially your character.
I think I kind of like the idea that he's always doing the talking thing. It just never works.
Yeah, he's just
So,
kind of really bad at it.
Well,
We're
we have
pirates, we're
survived.
Yeah,
We're not known for our social.
I
charisma.
love.
Yeah.
Okay, so that opens the door to this being a very interesting party that believes themselves to be suave ne'er-do-well pirates, but are
just shoot everyone.
actually just horrible murder hobos. like they're
Yes.
just like really bad. And they're like, well, we always try the negotiate thing.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just not good at
For
it.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and then for some reason everyone gets angry.
We've never actually been in a situation where your charisma check probably wouldn't have been a 25, where it's like
Yeah.
convince Isabel to be our friend. It's like that
Yeah,
was never gonna
exactly.
happen.
I mean, I could put
we didn't
negotiate.
know that
Well, I mean,
in the time. But
If he did have absurd modifiers to charisma, maybe we could have.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could
Maybe that
have.
would have been
Yeah.
on the table.
Swung the.
And
swung
I
the
think if I make
pendulum.
that skill negotiate, that could apply into combat of like, hey, let's make a deal where we both get rich. Or it could
Yeah,
apply
yeah.
in a lot of places. Like, that's the word if I wanted to
Because
make
he
it an
used some of
ability.
his stuff to get people to stop shooting. So
Yeah.
also the gun.
Intimidation. Yeah, the gun
Also, guns help
Yeah.
the other people stop shooting when you shoot them
Yeah.
with your
turns,
guns.
turns out you don't need to be that charismatic when you've got a railgun.
Yeah, bigger gun diplomacy. It's real.
Okay.
It works. Logo.
Big stick.
So we can only spend
Big
6,
sauce,
not
big
8.
stick.
Right?
What?
Only spend 6, not 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 6.
I think this is also a good time. Remember I asked you about your
Oh, the semantic leveling.
semantic leveling?
Yeah.
Should we talk about that or no?
So
right now?
semantic leveling, also called description leveling. I think that's what it's going to be in the rule set. It used to be semantic leveling, but no one knows what semantics are. All you do is that when you increase a rank in an attribute you already have, you can also change the wording of that attribute slightly in order for it to inhabit a slightly different domain, right? So a good example would be someone taking levels in Brawler, and they get up to like level 4, and then whatever achievements they do to get it to level 5, they've like been actually training traditional boxing, and so they want to change Brawler to Boxer, but they don't want to start over on their ranks. So yeah, semantic leveling is just a way to slightly shift not the number, but where those numbers would be applied. But it is always in the same step as increasing the rank of the attribute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I wonder if this should have been. We can start playing, I'll let it go, but should this have been Rough Rider or something like that in the first place? I feel like this is actually an ability.
So he's looking at shoot smoother.
It's literally
and-
just shoot. Like
Yeah,
that's,
I mean, it's the same thing with talk smooth, is that I've just been running it as a skill. It's like, okay.
Could
like-
I just change that to something that describes more of an ability level thing,
So,
wording wise? Just
um,
like you said, Rough Rider or something that just
So Rough Rider, the problem with changing shoot smoother to Rough Rider in my mind is
or
that
gunslinger,
it
gunfighter,
gives-
something like
it
that.
gives you, so gunslinger or gunfighter is fine. I would
Okay,
say that
cool.
that Rough Rider
all
would
the
then
same.
allow you to take those ranks and put them into defense.
No,
Whereas,
no,
at least
that's not
in
what
my
I-
head. And so
Yeah.
I would prefer like gunslinger.
I'm like,
Yeah.
basically in my mind, if this is going to be a skill of like gunfighter instead of ability, this should probably involve some amount of movement
Sure,
that
yeah.
I don't
Footwork,
have
yeah,
right now,
yeah,
like some
yeah.
footwork. So I'll just do that, and then I'll take negotiate.
Rough
Neat.
Rider would help you jump trains,
Yeah.
help you be better at Duster,
Yeah,
racing.
yeah, you know, all those
Mountain-
things that you could have used those ranks for.
Yeah.
Oh, like it would help with all that type of stuff,
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
whereas Gunfighter might be like, yeah, you could take half of that for
Yeah,
for
but like,
jumping
yeah,
on
but
a train, not all
your
of it.
character build right now is a gunfighter, which I think is really fun. Like,
Yeah,
he's like a
slinger.
gunslinger. Like, and like,
Yeah,
and
okay.
he's not a whole well-rounded cowboy. He's just someone who's got really good with his handgun.
Yeah,
and
like,
that's
that's-
kind of boss. Like, I'm into it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Okay, cool. Let's roll with it.
Yeah. So okay. So if everyone's all leveled up, everyone good.
Yep.
Great. So
You back in iron.
everyone's packing
And now
iron.
we're gonna dodge
So,
with Gunfighter. And
well,
Subtrap.
then let's like start an actual like session. If you remember correctly, they're all on the FlightRail train out of Galant 3, and Jax Throckmorton, that horrible
that
little
rat
rat,
bastard. Jax.
he has indicated that you are on your way to Tuple Station. On your way there, it takes the span of what would be several days if you were on a planet. Weirdly enough, in the blue sky backwater, stars dim on a 24-hour cycle. They just do. So you do actually have nights while you're out in space.
Are there still stars? But they're just different?
Yes, yeah, they go down and they come up, all sequentially. Yeah.
What do we have to do to make you try to explain the science on that?
If he
you would-
explained it would stop
It
working.
would stop working.
yeah, you would have to like beat the daylights out of me. So yeah, I didn't
Dark
realize that.
cloud.
Yeah. So you're flying silently through this like enormous open expanse. Just think about like flying through a sunset that is constant, and it's like cloudy. Like when you're up in a plane and you're like coming in and out of clouds. You've got these huge, enormous planet-sized clouds that you're like flying in and out.
Do they
of.
look like nebulas?
Some of them do. Some of them have like this kind of nebula, almost
That's
like
so
watery shape to them.
Wow.
Other ones look like traditional clouds. You all know that like up here there are actually air currents and like a variable air density. So you're like flying on what's called the unified plane. The unified plane is think of it like in our solar system, the ecliptic, right? The elliptic plane where everybody is orbiting around the sun. It's bigger than that, but basically this is the plane where everybody has realized that the air density is optimal for flying, right? You have to have something that is dense enough that your turbines get enough kick, but not so dense that you create a whole bunch of air, like wind resistance, and like you kind of like shoot yourself in the foot. So the unified plane is this space, and so everybody sets their what did I call them? PDGs. That they use to generate gravity. It stands for passive down generator. This is
Down.
Yeah, it just
Gravity
makes more
goes down. It makes more down than there was. There was too much up before.
there's
Now
way too
there's
much
more
up. We
down.
need more down, and so
The interstellar down factor.
yeah. So they set their PDGs to the same down that is directly perpendicular to the unified plane, and so if you pass other ships, they will all usually be like on the same kind of like their up and down is the same as yours. So you're flying on the unified plane and you're on there for several hours. What I will say is that all of your damage gets healed, so you're up to full health. Anybody who has pending wounds,
Yes.
I would say.
Should I fix them
so-
with my medkit?
So I would say, just because of the duration of this thing and how long you guys have to shuffle around and like deal with stuff, I would say that everybody halves their wounds passively.
Okay.
Does 3 go to 1?
Yeah.
Does one go to better?
Yes, one goes to 0.
Ah.
Half your
Yeah. And if you have any more lingering wounds, you can like roll to like
Yeah.
fix them.
Okay,
and
so I'll
stuff
just
like
go
that.
around
Yeah.
the table. Anyone with
Yeah.
additional wounds, I'll try and
Medkit.
medkit.
Is there
you
anything
guys.
we can contribute to add to his roll?
Not unless you have healing or like
We've got
medic
a
expertise.
surgery arm that could potentially, clamp things.
Yeah, sure.
do
All right.
things.
Yeah, like your
I
arm.
added an ability of fix.
That doesn't apply to people. Let's just go ahead and say that right now.
Unless it's mechanical.
Yes, unless it's mechanical.
repairing your
Hey, you
own
should
arm,
use this
for
like
example.
fix situation, like fix the dialogue,
Yeah.
like
It
fix
is, since
the
it's an
sail.
ability,
Yeah,
but I should
Just
start.
apply it
I
as
should
broad as possible.
get this to 5,
Yeah.
and then I'll put a skill of fix.
Okay.
Yeah, fix, and I can just fix anything.
and then in the trait you put fixer,
Yeah, I'm a
but it's
fixer.
but it's actually a job.
How many
title.
wound ranks remain?
One.
Okay, same here. So I'll do myself first.
What do you have?
No,
What is your wound?
I'll help the lady first. That's
What-
that's what Cornelius would do.
What
Hey,
is your
boss.
wound?
It's
What
a
is the-
gunshot wound in my shoulder.
Okay,
So
so
we
I've already done stuff to that, so I probably can't.
Yeah, no.
It's
Right,
kind of a
you-
miracle that my shoulders are still working.
Yeah.
I like
Take
that
a lot
you're
of
carrying
shoulder
him
wounds.
with the gunshot.
Yeah.
That's a very
it's
Jenny
because
thing
that's
to
the
do.
widest part that sticks out from the shield.
Yeah.
So that's where you get winged.
Yeah,
most of
she's
the
got
time.
swimmer shoulders.
You need to
then.
get. You need to
so
get
good.
like additional shoulder shields installed on your shield,
Yeah.
so you're like all the way down.
Okay. So, scientific prodigy,
Yeah.
ingenious,
Yeah.
encyclopedic knowledge,
Yes.
Sure.
Anatomy. Medicine stuff.
Yeah.
right in the vitals.
No.
Okay.
This was not a vital part
or
of her
timely
body.
insight, probably not.
Yeah.
And then the ranks of the pack.
Yeah, and then I'd also say that you take the 3 ranks from his hand.
Okay.
He can't he doesn't have expertise, but he does have this like medical
11,
grade hand.
Third 3.
12.
Yeah.
Sawdust
16.
No.
16.
16.
For the lady.
Yeah, you're able to
Woo!
like get that all patched up to the point where it's not. I mean,
I have a
you
cool
got some
scar.
healing to do, but yeah, like.
Can we say that we did this while I still have my 3 juice? Because
No.
he gave me a juice and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting on the train like
Very jittery.
Just enjoying
for
yourself.
the, for the next
The
7 hours.
I would say that not to speak for Cornelius too much, but he would be hesitant to like have juiced individuals helping him, so he might
Yeah,
wait until
probably.
it wears off.
Speaking of helping,
Yeah.
I have a bullet in my butt.
Of course.
So that's kind of tough to,
Yeah.
extract myself. So I would
Plus
probably
3
try-
multi-tool.
get Jimmy to at least extract the
To
bullet.
jimmy it.
Jimmy it
Should I
out.
read
I
should
can
I roll
help you
for
with
this?
this.
So should I help him or should he help me?
I would say
Stick
you're
your
helping
butt
him.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah.
All right. So it's
like,
the
you
half
can't
my mod thing.
Yeah, if you can't perform the actual operation yourself.
I'll go hold him down.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'm sure he has military grade narcotics on his person. I feel like he's okay.
So can we add ranks for military grade narcotics to add?
I would say that's just a painkiller at this point.
So add 5.
yeah.
I'm looking for the
So I get
most useless argument for strong grip.
Can I hold him
Hold him
down?
down.
okay. So do I get? Well, I'm trying to figure out what I've used previously. Blue collar,
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
but no mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
And then I have fixed does not count.
No.
Since it's a bullet, it's metal.
But you're not fixing the bullet.
Sabotage.
If you wanted to fix the bullet, go ahead.
Okay. And then my robo hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you added +5. That's where it
Is he using my med kit?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah,
plus
it's
2 more
yeah,
on
yeah.
top of that.
Okay, so we're at 14.
14. 14
All right.
total?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to patch them up.
It's just
And,
one
yeah.
rank, so-
Yeah. So you guys get all patched up, everyone voids out their wounds, and this is all while Jax is like kind of flitting in and out. You're not keeping track of him. He's like moving around in the train, and the train is very big, so like he can kind of get lost. So while you're
Son of a gun.
no,
Because it's a bullet?
Every time.
bullet wound. Talk to me later. I don't know. Maybe half. but
Already
it is
passed
only
the
one
check,
rank.
so.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys, what are you doing while the train is in transit besides healing each other?
Can I replenish my stock of...
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah. So just take your pick on what you want to
Okay.
generate because you have enough time to run it.
Do I have enough time to like prepare additional syringes, or am I gonna have to do that?
Do you have more physical syringes?
I don't have more.
No. If you don't have more, then you don't have more.
Can I roll my pack?
No.
No. Okay.
You would be
These-
aware.
These are very specific items.
You would be using them right now.
All the juice I would still have.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I mean, you can dump them if you want.
I didn't use my sleep dart.
None of you are carrying
That's
syringes.
the most disrespectful dice roll I've ever seen.
Hey Elliot, I got a +8 to have
His
Cornelius'
syringes?
in
No.
your pack.
Hold this!
It's easily like a
Actually,
25.
I would like
Like,
if I can roll to have syringes as a tweaker.
They're not just syringes. They are like darts that you shoot out of a gun.
I have dirty needles in my pack.
Great.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not using them.
there's There's very specific engineering that allows
Yeah,
them
like
to
they're not just like
inject
a,
on
oh,
impact.
let's raid a hospital. Like here's a whole bunch of syringes. Like, it's not how it works.
Hey, when you edit this episode, can you just slowly fade in a pie chart that's like time spent playing the campaign and time spent giving the narrator shit?
Yeah, like your time spent checking your pack for things you don't have.
Okay. So we're heading into a somewhat more civilized area.
Oh well, yeah,
Somewhat.
Sure.
Why not?
So I'm gonna forgo. I figure I have all my syringes, all 6 of them that I had.
Yes,
because we rounded up all the soldiers.
Oh, yeah,
So
no,
we would
yeah.
have like.
You didn't miss
Ripped them
anything
out of their
significant,
necks.
and you
Okay.
weren't on a train when you were shooting them.
So I will go for 2 sleep darts, 3 juice darts, and 1 paralytic dart.
Wow.
Do I have time? Do I have time to prepare those?
Oh, absolutely.
and
You
materials?
have
Okay.
N time.
Never
It's-
mind.
Yeah, like
I will get rid of the juice.
yeah.
And
Don't get rid of the juice. Then he grabs it and drinks it.
I will
All
keep-
natural, she says.
Yeah.
we don't need a syringe if we could just.
So I'll get
Edibles,
out my
yeah.
very smelly cheese
Delicious.
and use the culture to produce some Medigel darts.
Yeah.
So I'll take 2 Medigel, 1 juice, 2 sleep, 1 paralytic.
Neat.
Could there be a way for me to like clean my tools and like as a mechanic like do some stuff where I can get like a status effect on some of my weapons or something for a little while?
Oh, that's cool.
Clean your guns.
Just
stuff like
since
that.
I'm a mechanic,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like prepping, and I'm like, well, I have my tools. Like if my robo hand or my shotgun could have like a +1 to it. For
I
a
would
while or
say
something.
I would say that like if you did that, you could get a +1 to your shotgun through the next combat, through the next time you use it.
just the shotgun.
Yeah.
Do you want to
No.
clean my guns?
Yeah.
As the resident gunfighter? Do you want to clean my guns too?
Is that something we can do, or is that too much?
I think so. Yeah.
If it's too much, it's fine.
Well,
I mean,
Jenny leaves.
what am
So-
I gonna do for 2 days? So
The question is,
I don't
would
care.
you let him handle your guns?
I think at this point, probably.
okay.
If I'm sitting with him the whole time, because we've seen what he can do with mechanical stuff. So
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
this guy, he's proven himself.
I would like to start modding my gun.
Well,
It'd be
this is
super fun.
Yeah, this is the trade-off for not having high-tech guns. If it's just a gun, you can clean it and get it to function better. If it has digital parts, like you
Okay.
can't do that.
So I'm gonna do a +1 to my shotty.
Yeah.
Can't decide if that would be.
Do you have any guns at all?
She has a
I-
handgun.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that,
have a handgun.
that shield
Okay.
might need to be repaired.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I was
saying.
gonna
Oh,
do.
that's what we need
I could
to
reinforce
do.
it.
Yeah.
I'm on a
You
train.
need
I
to-
could literally
yeah.
even take metal like.
I was-
There's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of raw materials on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, can I look at my shield, figure
Yeah,
out what
yeah.
I need to do to it,
So,
and then maybe. Yeah.
It is full of bullet holes, so the first thing you need is a pair of needle nose pliers. To,
Yeah,
part of
to,
my
like,
hand.
Wow,
get that.
we exist because of you two.
I think it'd be awesome, even if we can't do it right now. If we need to like go to a shop, if I could start like buffing people, like actually just
that would be
start
awesome.
like leveling up people.
Sure,
Creating
sure.
stuff.
I would say you definitely need a machine shop for that. Like you can't do that on the fly.
Okay,
But yeah,
I can
like,
repair.
Can we
Yeah.
the
repair
shield.
Yes,
my
absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Enough for it that it's not gonna like
Do I need to
cause
roll
any
for
problems
this?
later. Yeah.
Are we good?
No, I'd say that like because we have this long duration and you guys have your skill sets. If you were trying to do this in a short rest, I'd be like, yeah, roll for it. But like or even a long rest. But you've got like days to like oh, if he screws it up,
My
you can
next-
just like try again. You know,
My next trait will be son of a shield.
son of a gun, son of a shield.
Oh wow, that's so good. I love it. I spend the entire trip talking your ear off about the things we will do when, we buy our own ship and the riches will bring us captaining, flying that ship around, and how much benefit it would be to all of us if you could design ballistic weave jackets for me and build those in the next town.
I don't feel
And how
like
much
that's...
you would love to do that.
Okay.
How much
And-
you would love to do that?
Oh, also,
Yeah.
now that we have
That's more of a... Sorry.
like seen it done
Yeah.
once with the pods, where they figured out what a pod did and that it was a barracks.
Yeah.
Are we now able to try and do that ourselves and figure out what the other pods are without having to deploy them or anything?
We have
You
seen 2 of them
did
now.
that. The team
We
tried to
attempted,
do that
yeah.
on the like
Yeah,
on the
like
before
we know
we
which
entered
ones
the
are
place.
like quick deploy,
Yeah,
but
that's what you got from that roll. Was you tried to identify it and all you got was like that it is quick deploy and stuff.
Okay.
The only other way to find out what they do is to either reference some manner of catalog that like has this data in it, or talk to someone who might know.
Jax.
Do you want to talk to Jax about this?
I mean, he knows they exist, and we could potentially benefit from figuring out why he's not interested in them.
Yeah, I don't think we lose much by talking to him about them.
Yeah.
Other than
Look
he
into
already
Elliot's
knows
eyes.
that they're there. And,
look into my eyes and
Yeah.
tell you won't lose anything.
I mean, if he's gonna steal them, he's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
I also spend this trip compulsively
No.
counting and recounting the pods to make sure
Sure.
that none of them have been stolen.
What I mean by lose something is like you take emotional
Oh,
damage
yeah,
from talking
yeah.
to him.
right.
Like,
Yes, of course we lose something.
every time you converse with Jax, something is lost.
Take one wound and emotional damage.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Need to see a psychologist now.
It's not even personal. I'm
There-
just really sad that people like this exist. Like, so do you want to talk to Jax?
Sometime during the wound closure party,
Yeah.
I'll try and like flag him down and say,
I mean, like, you have enough time to do
Yeah.
whatever you would like. So yeah.
Jax, did you take any wounds in the fighting?
Oh no, man. I was able to stay clear about a lot of that. You guys did a really good job of like like drawing a lot of that fire. That was
Thank
really
you.
something.
You clearly did your part of the bargain as well.
He did.
We are
Much obliged.
off the rock, as they say.
And I'm sure Corn will be renegotiating any more bargains with this rat bastard. He's not a scratch on him. His hair's still in place.
Yeah.
What is
Barium spray.
No, I'm sorry. It's just I wake up like this.
what is your plan after
I
our
don't know.
arrival on Tuple?
I don't know that I have much of one. I'm just glad to be out of the well, and I got some people I want to see, and I really, honestly, I was reaching a deadline down there. I couldn't hang around. So it's not so much where I'm going; it's where I'm leaving.
How specific and helpful.
Yeah, glad I can help.
Yep, well, as vague as that was, I can identify with the sentiment. Happy to be gone from that place.
Yeah.
But, alright,
So that's all you needed?
just wondering if you were alright.
Oh, thanks for asking. No, I'm doing just fine.
We all been around a minute, Jax.
Yeah,
We know you got business on Tuple.
some longer than others.
What does that even mean?
Oh, just an observation.
What kind of business you got on Tuple?
On Tuple? Not much besides the good bit of business that goes on there. I didn't tell the train to go to Tuple. It's going to Tuple. It's an automated train. It's going to Tuple.
You don't have to lie to us.
I'm not. I'm not.
Just doesn't even look at the dice.
You can't incite Jax Throckmorton.
You cannot.
It can't be done.
It can't be done. It's a trickster god.
But yeah, what's up? What's up?
It's whatever. How do you do this? It's like you bring the mic with you. All I'm saying is whatever you got going on, I want cut in.
50% of nothing is nothing. I got nothing going on. What don't you guys get about this? I ran up a debt on Galant 3. It came due. I didn't want to pay, and so I left. It's very simple.
I just come up and I just give him a hug. Just
Yeah,
I'm like, I understand.
yeah. You run up a debt and you leave. That's what you do.
It's not a very. I get -1.
Oh, it's
sensitive
it's
for
just
my
like,
life.
it's like kind of like a.
It's like a
awkward,
really. It
like,
not a
doesn't feel
good
good.
hug.
It's like
But
stop
he
touching
He
me.
makes it seem like it's the nicest thing. He, like, kinda
You let
cradles
go
your
of the
head
hug and
like-
you've left like grease marks.
Yeah,
on
exactly
it.
what I
Yeah.
go.
But I mean, he leaves like ash all over you anyway. So.
I changed this before we've made any rolls. I took no combat ranks.
Oh, okay.
I took now you see me and negotiate.
Oh, cool.
I just took no
Great,
combat.
yeah.
I decided I'm gonna spread out instead of
Sure.
improving.
Come now, Samson. Leave the man alone. We needn't pry into others' business, and he needn't have any business.
I feel like you guys got something on your mind. Is there anything I can help you with? Penny, what about you? Come on.
Sorry, who?
I know that there's something you guys gotta ask me. Come on.
I ain't asking nothing.
Where can I get more juice?
I talked to your man over there. I'm pretty sure that's a proprietary blend.
What a ridiculous question.
Are you gonna ask him about the pods or not? Jenny.
All right. We have come into possession of goods you're aware of, and would appreciate your insight as to their identity and function.
Oh man. Man, how'd you come across those?
I'm pretty sure you know how we came across them.
Oh yeah, they fell off the back of that truck. All right. And he like puts his cigarette in his mouth and is hanging out. He's like, come on. Well, where are they?
Actually, I think to be more accurate, Isabel von der Terre fell off the back of that train while we gracefully glided into the sunset with them there pods.
We did. It was very graceful.
You had a nice view from back with losing part of
Man,
that.
I could
Yeah.
not tell you what you're referencing right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
where is it? Come on, show me.
We take the pods out of our backpacks. I think we still probably have.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
leave mine in because we already know what it is.
All right. So you put out the 4 remaining, right? So there were 6. You used 1. You have 1. There are 4. Which
Yeah.
4 are they?
Stripe and yellow.
Striped
Jenny
yellow.
has.
Yeah.
We used one of the blues.
Striped
is that
yellow,
right?
red, blue.
One of the blue.
Striped yellow, red, blue.
But you know what blue does. Do you want to show him the blue?
Is
or?
it so they're exactly the
They
same?
were identical. They were
Okay,
like the
so
same.
we've
color.
got-
Don't
Yeah.
show him that one.
So we've
Alright.
got another railgun.
So
We know that. Okay.
striped, yellow, red. Okay.
I'm
so
trying to swap the one eye. I'm like, hey,
Can I have that one?
can I have the blue one real quick?
Yeah.
Just
Stripe is the quick deploy.
Yeah.
And yellow is the slow one.
Yeah.
That's what we know, right?
So he puts them out on the on a crate that's like near where you guys are. You're in one of the cars. And he's like kind of like running his fingers over them. He's like, oh man, yeah, these are nice. This is probably, I mean, current gen at least current gen, if not next gen. Jeez. Well, I mean, right here you see he like motions to the like a symbol on the front, like that's vac enforcement and.
Is that the snake thing?
No, that's a circle with a V in it. It's just on the, and it's a logo. You all know. And he takes out like a switchblade, and he kind of like gets in there in one of the seams and like lifts it up the same way that you saw Sally.
Yes.
Like lift it up, and he looks in there. He's like,
And he goes.
that's just the sound you make when you're
Yeah.
handling
It turns out they're cursed.
So he like opens it and he
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean with the thing, except you just turn into a Muppet.
yeah. He kind of like lifts it up, but then he like drops the blade down, and then he like hooks something, and then the flap just comes forward, just all the way, and he's not forcing it anymore. It's like, oh, you see there? You see? And he like motions at the symbol of the snake. What would you say that is? Huh?
Old religious symbol, some sort.
Oh yeah, I mean technically, but I mean today, like you see. Sometimes when people produce stuff like this and they want to leave a calling card, they kind of hide it away under one of the protective plates, and it's also an indicator for anybody who might have to repair it. Which, I mean, looking at the inside of this thing, repairing it might be hard. And it looks, wow, there's a lot going on in there. All right, well,
Which one is he looking
he's
at?
looking at the red one.
Oh.
And he's like, I'm not touching that one. That's the unlickable one. You know, I'm mess with that.
And as we all know, Jax's entire body is a tongue.
Yeah, I was like, he's not even messing with it. Made him so much worse.
Oh, Jake, why?
I don't know how you thought of that, but
Are you-
that was
are you-
very descriptive.
Are you gonna paint that? Are you gonna draw it?
Probably
Please?
not. Please.
But if I ask nicely,
I don't
would
need
you
to
do it?
manifest it any further. than I
Yeah,
already
it's
have.
already been in the world.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
in
like
your
it.
head.
I would like it to
It
be
now
clear
lives
that
rent free up here.
I am asking.
Commission.
Yeah,
Paying for it?
Pay for it.
I feel like
Alex
his
is like,
piece
I
is
You want
brought
it on your wall?
$2,000,
beverages.
So
Open to
Depends what you're looking for.
They're pretty good.
How detailed do you want the tongue to be?
I wanted to. I
Buds.
remember
Bud
the terrible yellow.
Individual
Yeah.
buds.
I
Big
want
yellow.
to see that as tongue jacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll add it to my list of works to produce.
Of things I will never make.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They do not
Jake,
make
do you have a
lists.
handle you want to plug? For,
Do it.
for the people.
Do it.
Instagram.
Which is?
I can't do it. At J Moberly Art.
We'll display it right here.
yeah.
That's how the internet
Like
works.
and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
All right. So anyway, he's holding this thing, and he's looking at the logo or the little thing. It's like, well, I mean, that could be one of two things. That could be Ouroboros, which we all know is like a legendary serpent eating its own tail, and then
Didn't
it
we
could be,
see this exact
Yes,
serpent in the
yeah,
other one?
in the other one,
But that
yeah.
doesn't mean they do the same thing.
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay.
Or this could be Jorgmundir, who is weirdly essentially the same thing. And man, yes,
So we saw this symbol in a different one of these.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
how does
I
that
mean,
relate? Does it mean they all have that part of the same set?
probably like I think that this is next gen tech. I think that this is basically a test run of a series of pods that Vac Enforcement's working on. But if you got this symbol on there, that's a problem. So you see, Jorgmundir hasn't been used as a symbol for any of the major corps in the past 50 years, I think. But Ouroboros is used all the time. By Ouroboros. And you guys might not know that name as far
Is
as
that
tech
something-
goes.
I would know from my corporate days.
Roll for it.
Okay.
And you and Jimmy can roll too, but it is
Blue collar
Yeah,
mechanic.
yeah, like all of your work a day things.
Okay, so son of a gun.
Yeah. Not son of a gun.
Mid-level manager.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Timely insight.
Sure. On
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
obscure knowledge.
Sure.
So mechanic,
5,
blue collar, and that's it.
Yeah.
14. 18.
18.
Dang it. 4.
4. So you have like this like glimmer of like you're trying to remember something you learned a long time ago about a company just called Ouroboros, not Ouroboros LLC, not Ouroboros Corp, not Ouroboros Incorporated. It's just Ouroboros.
Is it a
And-
cult?
I mean, some people might say it is, but I don't think it is. I don't believe the hype.
What about the drug? Is it similar to the Ouroboros drug?
No, it has nothing to do with
Oh.
that. Although, interesting, your mind went there. No, Ouroboros, well, I mean, we have some of their kit here on this train. You guys have been riding around on it the whole time you've been on Galant 3.
They make dusters.
They make PDGs.
Oh,
They are the only ones who make PDGs.
Huh.
I see.
So they are like, they're not just a cult or whatever.
Yeah.
They make stuff. They do stuff.
They hold the patents for a series of widely used and highly valuable technologies, but they haven't made anything new in
And they're not
A
generally
while.
in the business of DistroPods.
no, not
This is
generally,
strange.
but that's not their symbol. That's why I'm confused. Their snake goes in a figure 8.
This is a different snake.
Well, yeah, but
An offshoot of the company.
he closes it. Seeing what it did so quick, setting up that railgun of yours. I mean, the
Did
only
he see
thing. Jack sees a lot of stuff.
Okay. That answered my question.
It seems like maybe they're branching out, or someone's using their tech for something else. I mean, PDGs, they're everywhere. No one's ever been able to figure out how they work, and Ouroboros has not really made any secret. And they haven't tried to secret it away or hide it at all. they just bank on no one being able to understand it. But if someone working for VAC enforcement knows how to make PDGs, I mean, the game's about to change. Now that they're incorporating this in DistroPods makes me very nervous about that one. And he points at the unlickable one.
Fantastic.
I'll put it away. And just like,
That one, I don't know what that does.
What did the other ones do?
This one, the red one, red is usually associated with medics. So I would assume, based on its configuration, that it creates a med bay. The yellow one, this one here, you can see that it's smaller. It probably sets up to some sort of comms array or control center. Some
Is
way
that
to
yellow?
communicate. Yeah, the yellow one. I wouldn't deploy these anywhere where you're not willing to destroy the landscape. What these things are producing are fairly large and complicated, means they're going to eat quite a bit.
Cornelius's gears are turning. He says, so if we were to deploy them on this train, they
I
would
would
consume the material of the train to create the...
Whatever, yeah,
Structure.
yeah. I would prefer that you didn't.
That could have some utility.
It could.
Interesting.
It could also really shaft you and your friends if you're not careful.
Well, of course, we're not going to do that,
Yeah.
but should we need to destroy
hostage
a
situation.
train
Yeah.
at some point in our lives, could be an interesting use of such technology.
Now remember, both of these guys, yellow, red, the unlickable one, I don't know how fast that's going to run, but these take a while.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how long they take to deploy, but given the strange symbol on them and what I know about how PDGs work, which is not a lot, I'd say they might actually run a little faster than you would assume.
Can we create a cult called the Unlickable One?
I am the unlickable one.
It's like in Fallout how they have the little bomb in the
And
center of town.
Yeah, you worship-
Satan is Jax, who is made entirely of tongue.
You worship it. It's up on an altar, and it's just called
This is
the
horrible.
unlickable one.
All right, you guys ready to
It speaks to you.
derail this campaign?
Go for it.
And do that instead?
Please do.
Pirate
No.
cultists.
You are on a flying train. There are no more rails.
Derail.
Yeah, so you can go wherever you want.
All right.
So we have no clue about the unlickable one and what it does.
Danger.
I mean, DistroPods are made to be thrown, typically. And that thing's so big, you'd need someone who can, like, it's like as big as a football,
We have a
right?
Jenny.
So it seems odd, so that means you'd probably deploy it nearby you. It's got enough,
Could it be like a kamikaze situation?
possibly. Do you have it out still, or did you put it away?
They're all
Do I
out.
need? Does he want to look at it again?
Yeah, he
I
wants
mean,
to, yeah.
I'll pull it out again.
Yeah,
I said I put it
He
away.
holds it, and it's like pretty big, and he's kind of looking it over. He's like, I mean, the only reason a distropod is big.
Like he gets it close to his mouth, and I
Is
just
it-
like...
Okay.
It's so easy to forget.
It's
just wanna look
it's
at
just like it's got a real aura about
It's
it.
like the ring. It's like you want to put it on, even though you don't know why.
This is content right here.
The only reason for
It is.
a distropod to be big is not size, it's complexity. So whatever this thing is building is complex.
It's a nuke, right?
A nuke is not that technically complex.
Well, it's a you can't. It just looks like a bomb.
Well, in essence it is, but I don't know that it would explode.
Bomb.
I think that in essence it's a bomb, but I don't know that it would explode.
Obviously.
No. In essence this is a bomb.
I understand.
But it does not explode. It is probably some manner of machine.
Right.
Okay.
And, any machine is a bomb if you operate it incorrectly.
If you give it to
In
him.
essence this is a bomb.
I heard you the first 4 times.
Okay. It doesn't explode. It's just very powerful.
Can I write down
Ka-chunk.
like all the serial numbers? Like I'm gonna open it and
Yeah, like
that
just
way,
take any numbers
If
you
I
can
get
get
a
off of
chance to get to a catalog, I'm gonna
Uh,
see if there's any
Looking
type
at those
of-
numbers, you don't, like, everybody has their own serial number system. It could
Yeah.
be just a VAC thing, but they are very strange. Like, they, like,
I'd be
usually...
shocked if we found these in a catalog. It
Yeah.
seems like these are very much
Off the market.
Off market.
This is
Yeah.
like military.
Well, I'm just studying
secret.
it.
Yeah.
R&D.
This is like,
Sure, yeah.
He has part numbers in his head. Like this
Yeah.
is what he does. So,
So,
it's
like...
That's a good thing to do, taking notes like that.
So there's like
yeah.
there's one line that is like a serial number that contains symbols from other alphabets.
Sweet.
Like several other alphabets. So there's like Cyrillic numbers, and there's like Sanskrit stuff, and there's like a whole bunch of different things. And then there's another serial number that you immediately recognize as like the faucet for like a DistroPod house for like the sink in the bathroom. Like,
Okay.
it's like that serial number is the most innocuous thing you've ever seen.
They threw it in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, the kitchen sink.
Would
is
that
in
be
there.
for the med bay one?
Sure, but it is not. You don't think that these things are related.
Oh.
Like they
Got it.
like it is not. It is not referencing
It's
something
to throw
in there.
people off,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, who knows? But
Or
you
just-
don't think. Usually, the DistroPods do not list items contained in the DistroPod as a serial number on the pod itself. The pod itself is considered a different piece of like a different object.
Got it.
So
yeah.
here's the problem. If we want to sell these, which I would love to do, except maybe the railgun one, it seems
You
like
see me reaching for it.
these are bizarre enough that we might have trouble finding a buyer, or at the least finding a buyer who's not gonna like go to the police and say,
It would be a black market operation.
Tuple
I think.
Station's a big place.
Yeah, there
I
ought
know
to be
that it
some
is.
under the table smugglers
Would you-
or
No, almost exclusively.
fences.
Would you know anyone that?
I mean, it's been a year since I'm out of the game, and I haven't been to Tuple since 2 years before that. But I might know somebody. I might be able to help you out.
I'm not saying we have to. But, yeah.
You'll do knowing these would be the types of deals you don't typically walk away from. The types where you agree on a price, walk in, shoot everyone, and leave with the price and the items.
What would Vac say about these?
I doubt Vac would say much about these. at
Again,
all.
with not walking away from that conversation.
Well,
We
they
do
might
need
want
to
to
be
buy them back.
very careful who we approach with these.
I put them back in the bags
Yeah.
before they sprout legs and walk off.
Yeah.
I have the blue one in my jacket.
All right. Well,
Are we gonna all hold on to the same ones, or do we want to split it up differently?
I
That's a
have
good
the
point.
blue one in my jacket.
his decided.
For some reason, Jimmy is now wanting to hold on to Stripe because he doesn't want to lick it, and he feels like everyone else really does.
That's fair.
He's the only
I'm gonna
person.
put this
He's
over
like,
here.
I like other things. He like since he's into drugs, he's like, this is not a drug.
This is
Yeah.
not a temptation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Samson's got the blue one. Jimmy's got the unlickable one.
I'll just keep mine.
Yeah,
The green.
which is the barracks, and then I've got the red and the yellow.
All right. So Jack stands up and he looks down at his wrist. Like a little like indicator light comes on. He's like, "Oh, we're almost there." Well, I do need to be getting on myself. Do look me up once we're station side if you are interested in finding that fence.
I'm sure we're able to find you at the bar.
There are a few bars, but yeah.
Yes.
What's the best bar you think nearby the?
Singed coupling is pretty good.
Singed coupling?
Yeah, like a
Have any-
coupling is like
That's
a
great.
part that like
That's great.
hooks together.
Have
We'll
any of
never
us been
go
here
there.
before?
Yeah. What?
Never
Have any of us been here before?
Yeah, you guys know Cinch coupling.
No.
And you know Tuple Station too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
No, we've only been to the bar.
Yeah,
not the
somehow
station.
we were at the bar before it was
I-
in the station.
but I assumed none of us had been to this place.
Oh no, you've all been there before,
Actually, that wouldn't
yeah.
surprise me at all if this bar was like,
floating around.
you know, like a shipping pod.
Yeah.
It used to be on a different station.
And
Now it's on this
move it
station.
over here.
We
It's
actually
a chain.
had-
It's like a rotating restaurant, but
Yeah.
it's just like rotating around the station
Yeah, it's
itself.
just flying around. Like,
I'm imagining that,
sets its PDG on like a bit of an angle. But
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
like
yeah,
falls.
that this is like the first chain restaurant, and it just has like a Jack in the Box type mascot that's everywhere.
All right, Mr. Throckmorton.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Oh.
And, I know I don't have to say this, but keep our names out of your mouth, and we will do the same with yours.
Oh, I'm fine either way. He takes a nip off of his flask and he closes it and he gets up and he's like, "Oh, it's been fun." And he takes one step and he just jumps off of the train.
Into space.
Yeah, he starts falling and you look down and you see like emerging from the clouds Tuple Station. You are above it,
Ah.
and he has just timed it to jump down onto it.
Does
So
that seem like an appropriate thing for us to do?
no,
Okay.
it doesn't seem like an appropriate thing for anyone to do.
Understood.
You are still very high up, so you're going to be landing in one of the 4 docks of Tuple Station. No, the 5th dock. The 5th dock is for the automated train. The other 4
I
docks
gotta
are for
say,
ships.
we wouldn't be here without him. Like he's the only person that will say nice things.
Just
about
say
Jax.
anything halfway decent about Jax.
Shut up,
So-
Jimmy.
So as you come about, the train comes about and is gonna fly under Tuple Station to where the automated train depot is, and it says, cradled in the soft ambient light of the ether sits the sprawling mass of Tuple Station. Once upon a time, this was Forward Outpost 2, a small observation platform and radio relay station operated by the now defunct Half Spire LLC. Shortly after Half Spire's dissolution, the station was claimed as quote-unquote legitimate salvage by a family of Archie scrappers, the Macron and the Lubeck family, who immediately undertook a massive project of wanton expansion and retrofitting that has not slowed to this day. Within mere weeks, layers and layers of sheet metal platforms stretched out in every direction, increasing the station's square footage by tenfold. The call went out. Free, unregulated real estate, ready for the taking.
God, it's libertarians.
A feeding frenzy ensued. Nearly every stall was claimed within a month, some shops cramming 2 or 3 to a cubby. Bright, gaudy cloths and tarps were strung up in every corner of the station, and signs were hung from every protuberance strong enough to bear their weight, all in the vain attempt to draw potential customers' eyes from one seller to another. The gold rush was on, and who was the one selling the shovels? The Archies, with their single golden rule. Taxes in, taxes out. Anything brought onto the station's 4 docks gets taxed, and anything shipped out gets the same treatment. Even so, every manner of crook, conman, and even worse, salesman, the galaxy over, has continued to flock to the bazaar come border town, and business has never been better. Most anything exotic, used, or knockoff can be found on Tuple Station, and if you catch the shopkeeper in the right mood, its price will actually match.
I take it back. Lots of taxes, not libertarians.
Taxes only at one point, though.
Only when
Makes
you
you feel very
enter
free.
or leave.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hotbed for smuggling.
It is an enormous, unregulated open-air bazaar. So yes.
Splendid.
Yeah.
I do not want to pay taxes on these items. I don't want people to know.
You're not the one unloading them.
We're gonna
Not the one on the train. You have these things in your pack, but also no one is expecting human beings or an Archie to be on the automated train. So
I
the whole
see.
structure is different.
Are we going to be seen by people who might
We should hide.
take an interest if we hop off this automated train when it pulls in?
Possibly. There are people on the docks.
I'd like to stay out here for a minute and observe with my rangefinder binoculars how Jax Throckmorton, that rat bastard, lands.
He dropped into a cloud, and you lost track of him. Ha!
Got him.
Got him.
I tried. He's a trickster god.
Yeah,
confirmed.
so we're coming around and underneath
Yeah.
to a depot of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Are there discrete places to exit the train before we actually stop or pull in fully?
No. The train doesn't have the train is not built for carrying people.
Yeah.
It's only carrying
Well, I
objects. And so there is one automated depot that's going to start unloading the train. And it's built into the bottom of Tuple Station.
Sure.
And so there aren't really, you could try to jump, but you are still moving at speed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's it's slowing down, and it'll eventually
Yeah.
get to that depot, and everything will start being taken off. But is there somewhere we can jump off to before we fully stop?
Yeah, you'd have to tuck and roll. It stops pretty hard.
Such that we
harsh,
could
yeah.
disappear before any eyes get on us.
Yeah, you could jump off. The thing you're pulling up next to is a part of the dock, but it's not super populated because it is an automated dock, and why have people there? Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeet! Yeet!
I
So-
get into the papoose.
Yes. Here we go. So the train comes screaming in, and
Serious
the red and yellow and gunmetal gray platforms of Tuple Station come swooping up on either side of the train. And so all at once you're not in the ether anymore. You are inside of this thing. And it starts to slow down. The brakes start to come on as the clamps come up and grab the train to stop it in its flight. And you time it, and slowly the train slows down, and then finally it's at a place where you think you could jump, and you just have to time it between the uprights. So is everyone jumping, or does anybody want to stick behind and just get off when the train stops?
I'll jump.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you all. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You just like end up jumping
okay.
off. Like you timed it well.
Just
Like,
deferring
yeah,
physical
just,
labor to
Yeah,
Jenny.
just letting
Yes.
Jenny
So
do
that I
it.
don't-
If you were jumping, I might make it. But everyone else is athletic and cool and action heroes, and here we go. And
What if we all just
Rude.
jump on Jimmy's back and just
Yeah.
see if she
Jenny,
can do it?
can you do this?
Yeah. Like, it just
I mean,
Hit the ground
Oh,
hard.
you know, I did a lot of pull-ups and push-ups while we were on the train ride, so it's time for leg day. So, like, I
Yeah.
probably could, but I'm not going to.
Let's do the 3-point
I'm not
landing.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
We're off the train.
uh,
How do we get out of here?
so you're just in like this kind of labyrinthine,
Labyrinthine?
like unto a labyrinth space.
Labyrinthine.
It's a whole bunch of just like these metal platforms that have all been like just bolted together, and there are lights kind of hanging around, and there isn't a ton of people around, which is like this is the only place in Tuple Station you can say that about anywhere, right? Like you can hear the din above you. There's just like voices and movement, and none of it's padded or reinforced, so people are walking and it's just like thunder over your head.
It's like we're in a maintenance tunnel
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, it's just craziness, and so it's like very loud right now.
Should we go to a military depot? Maybe we get some equipment on sale. See if anybody has any thoughts on these things. Do you have any connections?
Do
Fellas,
do we
I,
have any connections?
I believe this would be my expertise.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
Let me go find someone.
All right.
I'm just gonna
all right.
kind of like looking at home. I mean,
Do you need any help?
Is our first step to get out of
Um,
the space that we are currently in? Like,
shut up, Jared.
It's not locked off or anything. You
Okay.
just like you can just go up.
Okay,
Right,
we
yeah.
don't need to navigate this labyrinth.
No,
We
no,
know
it's
how to
just
get out
it's
of
just a mess. Is all I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Okay.
you can find your way.
Perhaps we should have a brief discussion, which we may have already had on the train for several days. What are we doing?
I'm walking away from you, finding money, Connie. Finding money.
Good. The rest of us.
Crack.
I don't particularly want us to have these anymore.
Yeah, the
Right.
pods are too hot.
Yes, good. But we should relieve ourselves of them, and then...
No matter how much money we get for them, you still owe us back pay for the year that.
Getting home.
Mhm.
That's the
Home?
plan.
What's
My home world, where I have access to my
What are you
funds.
looking for?
We'll buy a ship.
You've walked away.
another job.
You walked away.
Oh.
Yes.
Shut up, Samson.
Is priority one to
No,
get
we-
back to my home world?
I think either that or finding something that's going to pay us even better. You know?
I will admit, I don't take out the pod, but I think about the pod. These are several years' salary, probably,
We don't know that for sure.
if we can find an appropriate vendor.
Customer.
Shall we see what we see upstairs?
So you have been trooping on forward, and they follow behind you, just barely behind you, right? So it's like a few yards. You're just like kind of strutting. And you hear, here we go, and you got your gun
Yeah.
over your shoulder. Your
Time
hat.
to get into the
And-
nasty low
yeah.
lifes and find the criminal underdealings.
Yeah, so as you come up, out, like you go up a series of like hodgepodge staircases and stuff, and you come out onto one of the bazaar levels that like just like sprawls out into the other. And so it's this bright light and these like pink clouds everywhere, and there's like just people just yelling and talking, and immediately you are accosted by like 3 or 4 people trying to sell you something, and you start to like troop on forward. The group comes up behind you shortly thereafter, and by the time they even reach the door, you are already like lost in this crush of people.
I get on the comms and I say, do not get pickpocketed.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, as you saw me miming, I feel like with the slum rat kind of background, he's essentially unpickpocketable. He's walking around clutching the pod through the jacket and covering the pistol,
Okay.
but clutching, you know what I mean? Like, rifles under the jacket. Like he knows what he's doing.
Okay, so yeah,
this is his thing.
Yeah, you're
So,
going through.
He knows how to do
I'm gonna
this.
put
Yeah.
I have my stripe like inside my coveralls.
Okay,
So, like,
just shove down in there.
be like, yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm sure I have some inside pockets too. So it's like I have big things. So if people want to take my shotgun, it's gonna be like, well, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've got my backpack on my back and then my shield like over it,
Yeah,
snugly.
just like slung over it.
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's cannot.
You're in the
Someone trying to
papoose.
take
I'm
Jenny's
gonna
shield.
let my dignity overcome me and get out of the
Yeah, just get me out of here.
I'll help him out.
I have things to do.
Pick him up
And,
out of
And
the
you're in an
papoose and set him down.
Arctoid-friendly space. Sounds like.
I mean, seems like everything's an Arctoid
Yeah,
space.
there are quite a few Arctoids here.
Yeah.
They're like also running around and they're manning a lot of the
I feel like being
the
at-
shops and stuff. Yeah.
Being
Are they
at
all
my
really
level
cute?
probably gives me some pickpocketing defense.
Yeah, you're
being
under
short,
under
so, like,
grade. Yeah,
people can't slip their little. It would be a small Arctoid
They'd have to
Yeah.
lean
to
over.
to get me without being.
who's then being pickpocketed by an even smaller
There's
Arctoid.
like
Just a fractal.
there's two levels where it's like all the Arctoids are looking at each other and all the humans are looking at each other and they don't see each
Kind
other.
of got two places going on.
Is
So
there any good smelling food? Because Jimmy is starving.
Oh,
He's been
there
on a
is-
train for like 2
there
days.
is like the bazaar is full of shops with like people just cooking in the open.
follow
And
my
there's tons of like food smells spilling out of this space. There's lots of spices and things like that going on.
I'm gonna go look for a good burrito.
Burrito, delicious. So
Jenny's gonna buy a scrunchie.
okay,
And because she's very impressive now, even more so, she's gonna give herself a third space bun.
yeah, here we go. So
Perfect.
she lets down her hair. Is her hair like really beautiful, or is it like really scraggly, or
No,
is it, like,
it's
what is
dirty
it?
blonde, and it's really like. I mean, if you have your hair in a bun for a long time
It's
and you
like,
let it down, it's
like
kind of
all
weird.
wavy and odd. And
So it goes right back up very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
But now there's an extra bun.
So is it like two on the sides and then one in the back, or is it like all
No,
three
it's-
small ones in the back? Oh, on
Oh,
the top.
the
Like,
top.
okay.
Yep.
like a like a Triceratops.
Yeah.
That's
So you like
upsetting. Yeah.
there's a stall with there's a stall for everything. So you find a stall for exclusively scrunchies, and there's just a lot of them.
I get the cheapest one.
The cheapest one.
Yep.
Is
Do
there
you have any
heavy-duty
preference on
versions?
color?
I mean, pink.
Okay, great. So
It has to match the other two.
the other two are pink.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Just gonna take note of that for the
yeah.
character portrait.
So Jenny is doing her hair,
Yep.
and the Arctoid shopkeeper there is a woman, and she's like cooing and
She
telling
comes
you
up
you
to
look
my knee.
yeah, and she's telling you you look very good, but of course she like everybody here will compliment
Mm-hmm.
you to try to get you to buy stuff, and she's like, oh, you need another one, right?
No,
She's
no,
like,
no,
and then
no.
another one,
No.
and like.
I just
Yeah.
shake my leg a little bit to get her
Get
off
off!
of me.
Get off of me! No! Yeah.
I have many things that I would like to purchase.
Okay.
I don't know if I have any money.
Yeah. So you're all like to the point of like pocket change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like so,
Okay.
like you can get a scrunchie, you can get a burrito, you cannot purchase weapons.
I want,
Yeah.
I want like Chipotle size.
Yeah, you can. This is one of those places where you can get a lot of food for like no
Not
money,
sponsored.
right? Like yeah, like yeah. So you
The
can't
pepper.
you can't buy anything, but you know some guys on Tuple Station from previous encounters, and like one guy you even know from your time in the sciences, and so you've got some buddies around here who
Yeah.
might be able to help you out.
Ooh. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking of some experimental stuff and also
Yeah.
replenishing my syringe supply or increasing my syringe supply.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you would want to go to
Is
the
there anything
but
else?
first I need money.
yeah.
Is there anything else that we have that we could sell that we've like got off the station?
Yeah, that's a good
or...
point.
I would say that.
Did we loot things on the train that we were
So a lot
on?
of the stuff on the train was just like raw materials, like big old pallets of steel beams, like that kind of thing. Like you can't
Hard to
like
carry.
stealing it is not really a thing.
I took the steel and I turned it into some origami. I'm gonna sell it
Here
on
we
the
go.
street.
Sure. So you're kind of you don't have a ton of money. You could roll to have taken some stuff to sell.
All the guys we
Walking into
disarmed.
steel beams.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
yeah.
So you can roll on a really good roll. You will have taken some weapons, but on
Do I
a
add something to
Yeah.
this? Or is
Is it
this,
like the pack thing?
I don't
or
feel
it's
like
like a pack
A
thing.
sort of
I just have a number in mind. and you just-
retroactive
yeah.
scavenging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a -1.
Let's
All
just.
right, -1.
Should we all do it?
Yeah, just everybody do it. Yeah.
And no mods.
No mods. Just let me know.
1.
1.
-7.
-7.
6.
Nice.
6.
Plus
Okay.
6.
So you took
That makes
something
sense. You're on the
that Cornelius would be interested in, but also would be would stand out to him in a pile of stuff.
Okay.
But also you'd be willing to part with. So whatever you want that to be.
Okay.
That's hard. Something you really want, but not that much.
No, just something that that Cornelius would think to pick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there
It should
any?
be some booze from the liquor store, like the bar that was like you take it off world and it's worth something, but like
There's
Oh,
something,
well, I
yeah.
would have had to buy that probably.
It's super expensive if you buy it in an airport.
yeah.
I'm not stealing. I'm looting.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
So
okay.
it would come off of the soldiers probably.
Some glittery
Oh.
wristwatches.
But what I'm interested in is high technology. If
Okay.
there was anything that was fancy
Yeah, fancy.
rather than just like a gun, you know.
So, I would say that the only thing that fits that description on them was one of them had they were all wearing those full masks, and one of them was not very damaged, and you picked
Okay.
that one up.
So it might
yeah.
have HUD or something.
Yeah,
in
it's
it?
got a HUD, but it's like
Okay.
it's like mostly like a comms, and maybe it's got a viewfinder on it,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
What's the
Heck,
viewfinder?
Rangefinder.
How big would that be on his head? Does he have a really
He would
big
not
head?
fit. It would not fit, and he also has a muzzle. Like
Yeah,
you
my
can't.
snout would.
You can't. Your snout.
So I mean
will-
that might be something
cram
that
it there.
Samson would be interested in. So
Yeah,
maybe
could I use that with my gunfighting? Is this a useful thing to me?
You could.
You're too
You could.
vain to wear this.
It's possible.
It is not. It does not give you as much magnification as your binoculars do.
Right.
Yeah. So
Nice.
if you want to sacrifice that and just say like, oh, but I want a full armor for full face, you could swap out with him if you want. I guess
Well,
if he's willing to trade it, you
Yeah,
do
if,
have it.
If, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I would certainly bring it up
Yeah.
as something you might
Yeah.
want to be using.
I'll test it out. Like what does this feel like? What does it do? Can I? Does it help with targeting? Is it just to zoom in your
Does it have-
sight?
it
Like,
has
what is
Aimbot in it.
Yeah, it has no aimbot in
Oh,
it.
dang it.
No
It,
aimbot.
it lets you zoom in without use of your hands, which is nice. So you could
Oh,
zoom in
okay.
with your it will
With-
zoom in.
yeah.
Yeah. The one thing about it is that it does cut off some of your peripheral vision. It's like tighter.
This would be a good long
yeah.
range.
So maybe help you with long range shooting, but decrease your.
Yeah, hand-to-hand combat might be a little bit harder.
Whereas-
because you're like, yeah.
It is
Also-
also a helmet.
It messes
Yeah.
up your hair.
Oh, yeah, it messes up your
Oh.
hair. There's no hole for your hair. It's just a...
Sell
That would
it.
be, you need
Sell
one
it.
that has like a.
No,
visor.
even worse, it's got straps. And that
Oh
means that your hair
God!
gets
No,
all bunched up.
the worst. No. Oh man.
Sell it.
Okay. Yeah. Does it have any armor? For being a helmet?
If you took a shot to the head, you would reduce it by 2. Yeah.
If
I
you
mean, yeah.
if you get hit to the head.
Yeah.
I recommend.
It's not armored in the back, so if you took a shot.
What we should do is
to
sell
the face.
sell something and get a cool version of this that is just like your hair sticks out the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a nice version.
They could have better targeting.
Yeah.
Visor.
Alright, so we have that to sell
Yeah.
if we had defensive
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, helping me with long range shots is reasonably useful.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
would that be like a +1, 2?
I would say that it is like what are your binoculars right now?
My binoculars are a plus. Oh, they're just a 2. They're a normal item. Okay.
Yeah,
they're
so-
+2.
Yeah, I would say that this functions in the
Or
same
normal.
way.
They're not a 1.
Well, they don't. It is not as far, so it would give you a +1, but you could do it without
Without
using your hands. So
yeah,
you could
okay.
be shooting. Like,
Whereas this is like a scouting tool. Those are
Yeah.
more like a.
yeah.
Yeah, so you get a +1 on long range shots. Okay, yeah, something.
Do you want to swap it, or what?
I probably just gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now we have nothing to sell.
Well, he can sell it if he wants to.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
How much can I get for this burrito?
There's no reason.
You're gonna resell your burrito.
There's no reason for me to carry it around.
Okay.
If we're trying to sell or buy things intelligently, you've got the best stats for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think the first step, as we sort of hurry to keep up with him, is to get someone to give us some money for some things. So, carry on.
So
I mean, at least for now, unless we want to decide to sell things that makes sense enough that if you wanted to also have a scouting tool. Oh, for all of your.
scouting.
Well,
That you're
no,
going to
but like
do.
you keep doing all these like insights on things.
Oh, to like.
Do we want to get into the black
Yeah,
market?
like you
then?
identify
Already?
threats coming on.
Yeah,
You using my rangefinder binoculars might actually be better than me because I'm usually
Yeah.
shooting, and you're like, I'm assessing this airship coming in.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, you take them.
Okay, well, it's a swap. It's a trade.
Trade. Okay, yeah.
Do
So
we want to get
Mark-
into the black market since we don't have anything to sell
Yeah.
normally? We need money, and then we can
his
go
walking
bazaar
off thing and covering his pockets. He is immediately. It was like, all right, guys, nice talking. We'll retcon we did this
Sure. Yeah.
item swap.
Yeah.
But he is going into find the underbelly. I'm
Yeah.
going to start talking with this person and like throwing up stories and kind of negotiating about this. And I'm not actually trying to make a deal. It's more like I'm trying to see who you refer to, who you're scared of. Like I'm trying to figure out the players in the game in the underbelly.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, kind of take the afternoon going through town,
Sure.
trying to find stuff.
So yeah, so he's on his way to like kind of like figure out where the underground, like where the black market is.
Will
right?
having a
And so-
bodyguard while
so
you
what
do this
Yeah.
help you or hurt you?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Up to
that's
you to
actually
judge.
kind of
You
interesting.
were talking about just like trying to find somewhere to sell immediately.
Well, if he's doing that,
Yeah.
I think I'll go to maybe some mechanic
Yeah.
places and not show anybody anything, but I'll just maybe start chit-chatting with some of the guys and talking about this symbol that I hear
Yeah,
people
sure.
talking about and just see if anyone gets that, and maybe I'll
That's a good idea.
see if I can maybe
can
bring
help.
up the serial number.
Sure.
And, like someone's asked me about this part number. Do you guys know what this is? Like just very much
Yeah. Yeah.
just like
Kind of
shooting
like-
the breeze with some guys.
So yeah, like okay, I got that. We're gonna roll for these in a minute once I know what everyone's doing.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
make the case that I think, you know, maybe it wouldn't be helpful if it were looking for low level stuff.
Yeah.
But because I'm trying to find people to offload serious money with these dangerous items,
Yeah.
it might add a little legitimacy
Yes.
of like, oh, I'm a real power player.
Yeah.
I have a bodyguard, and I do have a trait of like imposing. Like when you
Yeah.
go into those sorts of
Sure.
deals, and having a bodyguard would just back up that imposing.
I am
Sure.
a silent, menacing shadow behind Samson.
Okay.
So like I'm
okay.
going through like I'm
Yeah.
all nice, but then it's like the undertone of that is like I'm looking to just do business and make a lot of money. And if I don't get what I want, a lot of people might die. Like,
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Are
that's
you
kind
gonna
of
wear
like,
your
yeah,
helmet?
It's in my bag for now.
Oh, okay. Gotta keep the hair.
You just
You
wear
need,
like
you need to show the micro expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like a great funny use of this is that like I might end up using this combatant helmet, but there's usually like an opening combat energy of putting it on. We're gonna use my negative can't let it go about the hair. It's like you just can't let it go. It's like he's gotta wait till combat to
yeah.
put it
It's
on.
also like if you're gonna be doing range,
Yeah.
you're gonna set up for that, so you'd have
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's fine.
What are you doing?
I'll just wander around the market, not being pickpocketed,
Yeah.
as well as I can, and trying to source ingredients for experiments.
Okay. So
So you know some
yeah.
people.
He knows some people, and he can also like look around in general if he wants.
Do you want me to
Um,
add ranks for her, or you consider that on the
Here,
DC?
we're gonna RP some of this.
Cool.
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
so
cool.
to start, you head down to like the near the docks is where all the machine shops are. It's like where
Mhm.
people take their stuff to.
What kind of vehicles are people like? Are there
On
vehicles,
station, there's not a lot. There's like carts that people pull or push, but like everything is
like
walking
trash
distance.
compactor?
Yeah,
Is it like
yeah.
very?
Yeah, like very
Yeah.
low grade. But the machine shops are all down by the docks because people have ships that need repaired, and
Is
so
this
like yeah.
like a higher wealth level and tech level than the place we were at. Like, are they like hover carts and things seem a little bit better than the super?
They're higher tech
restricted-
level. It's hard to say that it's higher wealth level.
Okay.
It's higher tech level because like the only stuff that comes here is stuff that's on ships.
Okay.
Right. So you're down at in this like machine shop, and there are a couple of guys, like just kind of talking while they're fiddling with an engine. Right. They're like kind of debating back and forth. One of them is like a very big, broad guy, and he's got this like kind of like patchy beard, and the other one is like kind of scrawnier and but he seems older, and he like seems to be getting mad at the big guy and like thinking that he's doing it wrong. And so it's like he's like yelling, and but the big guy's like, they don't make them anymore. You can't use those anymore in these engines. Like you got to replace the parts. It's like, but the X-15 is the right piece. I've never had one fail on me. It's like, but they're out of stock. They don't build them anymore. So there's this debate going on about this like part that they need for the machine. And so like you walk up on this, and they're chatting back and forth.
Yeah.
So what's your move?
I am just going to roll to see if I can immediately have insight into what the conversation.
Sure. Go
Roll
for
for your
it.
pack to see if you have an X15 card.
Just on
Oh
your,
my
on you.
goodness.
All right.
Yes.
Can I do both of those?
Yes. Yeah. No, you can do them
separately?
separately.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You gotta roll like a 24.
I'm gonna start by assessing if I think, if I even think that's the right part
Yeah. Mhm.
to fix
Yeah.
it. Okay, so I should have this stat now. I'm gonna use this a lot. Whee! Okay, so that, son of a gun.
Yeah. Oh, son of a gun.
I'm still. I think.
Yeah,
more
I think
combats.
son of a gun is
Yeah, not
good
this.
because it.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah, I think that it has to. You're trying to pick up on something that someone is saying without like a lot of context.
Straight talker.
Yeah.
No, because I'm not using that.
Yeah.
Fix. I'm gonna do.
Sure,
Fix.
yeah.
Add fix to that roll. Sweet. So start with like 12.
Yeah.
Dang it! All my rolls today.
-7, so you're at a 5.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to do is pick up on what they're saying, and it's like, well, yeah, you can discern that they are like. You don't know exactly what the problem is, but the X15 that they're referencing is a form of oil filter. So you know what it is. You don't know why that's the problem, or
Okay.
if that's the problem based on what they're saying. They're just arguing about this part.
Okay. Handyman kit.
Yeah,
Plus
do it.
3. All right. So that would be a 6.
A 6. You have the X14B on you, which is not the same one, but it is like the half step before the X15. And it is also, it's pretty old because
Okay.
like the X15 just went out of production, so X14B is like it's even older.
Yep.
Like,
So I'm just gonna walk up and be like, boys. And I just hold it up.
Christopher Walken. Boys!
Boys!
Like I just like I don't have a lot of
Boys!
yeah. he doesn't have much words to say. And he's just like,
Doesn't have a lot of boys.
I overheard you talking about the
X15, yeah.
X15. Do you guys have any use for this?
Like they look up and it's like it's the bigger gentleman, the larger one, like you see through the oil smears on his face, his already pretty pale complexion goes a little bit red, and he's like, and he like looks over at the older man, and he's like, see, he's got one, we can just put it in there, and he's like, no, you don't get it, like it doesn't matter if we have the right part, if we put this thing in there and then they try to repair it, they're gonna look at the label and they're gonna try to buy the wrong part and they're gonna ask us where it is, we won't be able to make another one, so what's the point? They just put the X16 in there. And the old man seems to be like having none of it. He's like, well, here. And he just like grabs it from you, and like shoves it in the engine. And it's like, it's like the guy, like the larger guy, like looks at you and he's like, what? We can't do this to our customers. Like, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, like we can't put this in our engine. Like they're gonna try to repair it and they're gonna not have the right part.
I don't know how to respond to this.
It's
It's just a weird, like, I don't know why he's telling me this.
He's just frustrated. Like he's
Yeah.
just like kind of flying off the handle.
Well, then they come back
Sometimes
to
you gotta give them
to buy
what they
it,
need,
right.
not what they want.
And like the old man like he doesn't look up from his work and he like points with his finger. It's like, see, he gets
There we
it.
That's my straight talker.
And it's like he twists it and then like pushes a button and the whole thing comes roaring back to life. It's like,
All right.
see, it works. And he's like, the bigger guy like just kind of puts his hands to his face. It doesn't matter if it works. It's gonna be a problem in 2 months. And he kind of like shuffles away. And the old guy is like, see, you know how it works.
Yeah.
It's
Jimmy.
like, Clarence, how's it going?
It's going.
Yeah.
Is he not listening to you?
Yes. This next generation, I got worries. I got worries and problems. But what are you gonna do? What brings you into these? It brings you to the docks today.
Oh, it just came in on the latest ship. We got, just trying to get some work.
Yeah.
Any place around here looking for some.
Well, I mean, I could use a hand
Skills?
around the shop, but I mean, is that the kind of work you're looking for? Or?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Jimmy
Jimmy
gets a job.
Jimmy, I'm like, actually, this would be the easiest
Jimmy
thing.
leaves the
Jimmy
party.
finds gainful employment.
Wow,
That
it was
is
that
not-
easy all along.
That's not the win condition I was thinking.
Yeah, my brain is just like Jimmy's like, this doesn't sound like a bad option.
Wow.
I could actually get paid.
Samson and Jenny just open a gun and tactics shop.
Yeah, it's like that's
We
it.
like teach people how to do stuff, and that's it.
Well, I mean, I could use
I
some help around
that.
here, but
I am trying to get some thoughts on some tech that I've been hearing about. Sounds like an interesting business opportunity.
oh yeah, I mean, we're like mostly in old, like late model engines, as you can see, but
Gotcha.
what?
This is more just rumors I've been hearing about some vac tech.
Vac?
Vac enforcement?
Yeah. I didn't know Vac was actually manufacturing anything. What is it? Like, is
Okay.
it like small arms or?
Well, it's have you heard? And I'll like sketch out the symbol of the thing.
Yeah, the Ouroboros symbol.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard that? I ain't never seen anything like that. That's I mean, it looks like one of the boutique brands. I mean, like look at how all these fiddly bits, and he like kind of like motions to like some of the feathers that are coming off of the back of the serpent. Yeah, you see that?
Oh, there's feathers.
Yeah, it's a little odd. Like all my stuff, like look, and he like lifts up his tool, and it just says like Clark's. It just says like right across there, and it's just like in big block letters. Like that's a logo. What that is, I don't know what that is.
I think it's like a serial number of some kind. And
Yeah?
I've been hearing about these interesting part numbers. I don't know if you've run across
Interesting
these.
part numbers.
Yes, isn't that?
A little odd.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So
You get it.
what are they?
Negative
I'm just
straight
gonna show
talker.
it to him.
That's a part number?
Yes.
How would you even look that up on a registry?
I
I don't even have keys for that on my keyboard. So-
God. Oh, because of the symbols.
yeah, the symbols. Like, it's like, are you sure you got that right?
It was given to me. It's possible that there's a little missing translation, but I don't know.
okay.
It's-
Hey, Nate, get over here. And the larger gentleman comes back and he's like, yeah, what? It's like, can you look up this registry number? Like, oh, I don't know. Here, give me a minute. And he like pulls a console over and he like starts to type out, but then he gets to one of the symbols. He's like, he like holds down a function key and like types in
Alt commands.
all commands. He's like able to get like most of them, and he's like, that's as close as I can get it. Here, and he runs the number, and like a part comes up initially. And then it goes away and another part comes up, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and then eventually it like...
Does it matter which part number I give him?
He just did the first one first, and so there's like all these part numbers coming up, and then it stops, and it's like it's usually like a picture and a title and a paragraph, and the picture is not the picture of the title, right? So it's like, it says like a picture of some sort of flanged pipe, and then the title is for like a fuel injector, and then the paragraph looks like it's like 6 different paragraphs just like copy pasted together. like it's like a mess. So
What
it's
is
like
that thing that just generates words for you?
just like some sort of randomizer.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a okay.
yeah.
So you're saying some kind of netrunner coded the
Yeah, something's up
part
here.
number
Yeah,
here.
and it's like,
Like,
all
right.
I don't know what that is, but here, and he like punches in the other number, and it like brings up like, yeah, it's the faucet you thought it was from the sinks on the DistroPod houses. It's like, that's just a faucet. No,
Dang.
what's
Why does this customer's got to be a pain in my ass?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
like I'm trying to get this for
yeah,
somebody.
it's like, oh well. I mean, wish we
My
could help
boss,
you out more.
my old boss,
Yeah.
set me here to do this, and I don't know if it's worth it. It just seems like a.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you got yourself a snipe hunt there.
Board stretchers, man.
Yeah. Well, wish I could help you out, but this is what we got.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you need any help around the shop.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll be in town for a few days.
What was your name again?
Jimmy.
Jimmy
Blastroid.
Blastroid. All right. Well, that's quite a
Real
name.
names.
It's
Real names.
Use only your real names.
Jimmy will not
Criminal.
get it through his
Yes,
head.
no. He's just a mechanic. What are you talking about? He's never done an illegal thing in his life.
Straight talk.
Yeah. Gotta be honest. All right. So yeah, you wrap up with them, and
And
you
I'll
can-
look at I'll look at the young guy. He's like, he's got some skills too with that keyboard.
Yeah.
Can you show me how to do that again?
Like you gotta.
Special characters.
Yeah. So yeah,
Wingdings.
Wingdings.
he wraps up there. All right. So next we have Connie. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah.
The worst nickname. Corn is so much better.
Is it?
Yes.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah.
It's great that we just all call them different things.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that
You know?
calls them Doc. That's what I'm gonna start calling
Yeah.
it. Do that.
All right. So Jake, Cornelius,
Corn.
Cornelius.
Doc.
Anyone else have a suggestion, or should we just?
Mr. Fart.
Good one.
All right. So anyway,
Cornelius.
Good one.
Anyway, you go kind of trundling off into the crush, and you're going to Deep Green, which is it's a chem shop.
I mean,
Yeah.
we know what deep green is. So.
And it's a place where Horace Nocturne works. And
Okay.
he's a guy you know from a while back, and
Good
so,
old Horace.
so you head off that way, and as you go, you come upon a woman who's sitting in what is very apparently a fortune teller's stall, and she starts yelling at you and flagging you down. She says, "Come, please, come, let me tell you of your future and your past."
The fact that you posed this to me makes me think it might be important, but I believe
Do
that
what you would do.
Cornelius would say, no, thank you.
So you keep
And
moving.
just like,
So she gets up from her stall and she
0%.
starts walking towards you. She
Uh-oh.
says, "You arrived on this station with on an improper transport. You bear with you and your friends a very valuable treasure that you seek to unload."
how loudly is she saying this?
She's yelling it.
Excuse me, madam, if you would speak to me a little more quietly, please.
Well, then come to my stall.
All right. What is it?
Come.
Frustrated arcane noises.
You're gonna get kidnapped.
What is it that you think you know?
She sits down and just come sit.
Is this a human?
Yes,
Okay.
human, yeah.
I prefer to stand.
It works better if you sit.
Fine.
His legs don't
10
touch
out
the
of 10
ground.
roleplay.
His little legs are kicking.
Kicking off of the big old pillow he's sitting on. It's like kind of rough. Give me your hands. she takes them and she starts to rock back and forth. You have a goal, and it is far away from here, and many await for you to complete your goal, for they have put in great labors in an effort to help you, and yet they remain unpaid.
Please continue.
No.
You will encounter here a dark stranger, someone who you may have met before, but he will look very different.
Wonderful. Please continue.
You seek to come off of this station, but it will not come but at a price, and a price that you cannot pay yet.
Wonderful.
Do you wish me to continue to tell your fortune?
By all means.
You haven't agreed to pay for anything. This is all gratuitous.
Exactly.
Well, then I will need a donation.
Have a lovely day. And I will walk away.
There are 4 pieces.
I just keep walking.
They are each of a different color.
There's 5, actually.
One of them cannot be licked.
All right. I turn around, walk back to her, sit down, and say, I don't know how you know the things that you know. Do you need
It
something?
is the ether.
Do you need something from me?
A small donation.
I have no interest in donating to you. But you seem to know things that few should know. If you need something from me, I am happy to oblige. But I'm not going to pay you for your inane ramblings.
Inane ramblings did not bring you to this seat, now did it?
No. Would you please be forthright with me? I am sick of dealing with people who speak in riddles and half-truths and don't say whatever it is that they actually mean.
She is actually laughing. She thinks this is hilarious.
Cornelius'
What?
breakdown.
If you would not pay me for my fortunes, perhaps you would pay me for my silence.
So it's
Shooter.
blackmail, is it?
Oh, blackmail is written. Those who do not wish to know. Oh, no, it's going to have to be more than that.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Trank her.
I'm tempted to. Who am I dealing with? And why do you
Oh, I
wish
am-
to spread my secrets?
I am the shimmering Madame Raquel Klein. And I do not wish to spread any secrets. I just know that those who do not wish to know of their futures are doomed to have their pasts revealed.
Did I mention the speaking in riddles thing?
I could not be more clear.
How close to me is she?
Just across the table.
Okay.
Like, from here to over there. Like, it's like a crystal ball.
I will reach into my pocket and pull out a sleep dart.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you make me do this?
Just drink yourself.
Yeah!
It's like, shut up. Okay.
People who tell secrets that they should not tell tend to wind up unable to speak anymore.
Make an intimidate check.
Oh, great.
She's
Only I
going
could
to
roll that. Only you could
resist
roll that.
You were built for this moment.
Yeah.
Fervent.
Yeah, sure.
Ah,
Any ideas or any arguments for timely insight?
No.
Not
Can he
even
add
slightly.
rank? If
What
he's-
do I think she would fear most?
Probably physical. She's a
For
slight,
my-
like
for my
a pretty
timely
slight,
insight.
crunchy looking woman.
If he's threatening with a sleep dart,
Mm.
can he add ranks for
I mean,
his
the
darts?
darts don't have ranks.
Oh.
I mean, I got nothing much more than fervent. I don't think, unless mid-level manager would
Oh, nobody likes going to HR.
Apply
That's pretty intimidating.
for threatening somebody.
No,
obliquely.
you've been trained out of openly threatening people.
Right.
5.
Nice.
You don't make.
Okay. What does she say?
She kind of cackles and oh, you think something so small will really do anything to me?
Yes.
So you hit her in the shoulder and her eyes go wide. She did not expect you to actually make good on your threat. That's what failing an intimidate check does.
Yeah.
It makes you think that they aren't for real.
Okay.
It's actually really powerful to fail
Yeah, to fail
intimidation. It's good.
It lets your guard down. It's and she's she starts to stumble and she gets up and she she gets up all at once and she flips the table towards you like in a diversion, right?
Okay.
And she starts to run away and you catch a glimpse of her as she turns a corner and it's hard to track her. She's shimmering.
Okay.
She's slipping away in a way that you have some
might recognize.
Yeah, you might recognize. You have some experience with.
And not falling asleep.
She is moving, but the corner is right there, so
Okay.
she might fall asleep right around the corner. you start to run.
Charge after her.
All right,
Or,
but like at a this kind of pace, like.
I'm gonna try and keep up and not be noticed.
Okay.
So much. So
you,
slipping through the crowd.
Yeah. So you start to slip through the crowd, and honestly, there's so many people and stuff. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Especially because she is feeling the effects of the dark. So she's like stumbling around and like running into people, and she knocks over some stuff, and she's like the shimmer is like following her, and so like something will like tip over, and then she'll be there, and like she's like tumbling through this alleyway, and you're just like kind of sneaking around. And she finally like rounds another corner. You round that corner, and you see her stumble down into some stairs that go below grade. There's like a floor, and then there's like some stairs, and she just stumbles down the stairs.
Boy, she sure takes a long time to fall asleep.
Down some stairs in an alley.
Yeah.
I
Where
wonder if
she's
you should
leading
follow
me.
her there. Alone.
You have a spyglass now.
I have long distance range finding binoculars. I will peek down the stairs.
All right, so you peek down the stairs.
They have night vision in them.
And there's an open door,
Maybe.
and she is like she looks like she crawled maybe another yard, and she's like laying there, in past the open door, yeah,
Motionless?
Yeah, motionless.
Listen.
All right.
I'll just sort of try and hear if there's anything
So
else.
you crouch and listen, and
Any
then
other
a few moments later, you hear like very obviously like another interior door opening, and a couple of people come walking in, and they're like talking back and forth, like kind of this like half startled kind of thing, and they're like, it's Raquel, and so they like two figures come up, and they don't look up, they're looking down at her, and they like grab her by the arms and like drag her further into the building.
John Wicket.
Corn is not John
I
Wick.
know. Leave.
I let him go.
Alright.
I walk away. Yeah.
So you pause and you turn and you're walking away, and someone bumps by you, walking the other direction, and roll passive. Well, tell me your passive perception, which for Corn is fantastic. He's very good.
I mean, is it all intelligence-y stuff?
Yeah, I would say that like for
And, like,
you,
timely insight?
it is about it is about intelligence, is like about noticing.
Okay,
things
so
and stuff.
ingenious, timely insight, perhaps encyclopedic knowledge, or
Not
scientific
encyclopedic
prodigy.
knowledge. I would say prodigy, yes.
Okay.
Ingenious, yes.
Okay.
Timely insight, half.
Half?
Yeah,
Okay. 7.
7.
That's a 12. So 8. 8 plus 7 is 15.
15. So you
Wanna
bump
use
by
that one or not?
this guy, and your 7 is high enough to like tip you off to notice something, and so you actively try to notice, and you're like looking at this person who's passing you, and they they brush by you, and their coat was open, and they like move to close it, but under their coat is a sash, and on that sash is the Ouroboros symbol.
Uh-oh.
The
infinity.
infinity one.
Yeah, the infinity
not
one. Yeah.
The
Oh.
not the round one
Not the
that
round
we've
one,
seen
yeah.
on. Okay, so this is a person from the Ouroboros company. I would.
They have that symbol on them.
And they flashed it to me on purpose.
No, you
Or-
bumped by them and you knocked their coat open.
It's like the
Did they
hand signal.
bump him on purpose?
did
or-
they-
No, it's just a crowded space.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seeing things? Is this even real?
Did she drug you?
What kind of person is this?
So you look up, and it's this person's wearing like kind of this like leather coat, and they have like their hair is back, got long hair and it's back, but it's a male. He's got like kind of a darker complexion and a very like precise beard.
Okay.
Right? He's got dark eyes, and he like glances, but he glances over you because he was expecting a person. So he doesn't look down at you.
Okay.
And he just kind of
Doesn't
keeps
even
moving,
see me.
and as you look over your shoulder, he like turns down the stairs that Raquel went.
curiosity killed the Arctoid.
Do it!
I'll follow him.
Oh,
All right.
It's nice knowing
Why
you,
did we let Cornelius go alone?
Why
this
did we
makes
split
no
the
sense.
party?
It's the mini series where we just
Why am
follow
I
a
being-
lone Arctoid.
Why am I being alone, approached by a bunch of weirdos?
Yeah.
Can Jimmy like
Here,
roll
have
to
some
like
candy.
find? Am I done with my thing? Can I?
You are
join
done
in?
with your thing. You have not gone out on comms, and there's enough metal between you and your party that you don't know if that would
If it would
yeah.
go through.
So, so you turn around and you head to the head of the stairs, and we will have to find out what happens next time
Yes.
on Fools and Corpses, Blue Sky Backwater. So
Prayers
tune
for
back in.
Cornelius.
All right. Well,
I just got a new trait for Sneaky Weasel, so
hey, yeah,
that'll come in
yeah,
handy.
leveling up. Yeah. So,
Do you want me to say it this time?
just a second. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to
Like, comment, and subscribe for Elliot.
thank you very much.
Poor Ellie.
And we'll talk to you again soon.